A bada boom, a bada bing. Here we go. It's time to sing. The French word for singing is parlez-vous français? I don't know what I'm saying. What up, what up, what up, world? We're going to talk about the car buying market. I'm really excited. Chat, if you are here already, which probably most of you aren't, say hi to the person to the left. Say hi to the person on the right. Tell me, what are you eating for lunch today? Well, I'm curious. What are you eating for lunch today? I had a little bit of a stuffy nose, but that's okay. Today, we are talking. Nobody's to my right. Let me see. Hi. To the left. Hi. I understand it might be breakfast. I'm not asking what you're eating for breakfast. I'm saying what you're planning for lunch. That's the real question. What's the plan for lunch? Boom. Help buying motorcycles negative. Yeah, I have a little nasal today, guys. I'm a little bit stuffy. I don't know why. We need a Sienna again, Tommy. It's been a while. I mean, we can do a Sienna deal anytime. Bada boom, bada factor meal. Do you show whole for a galaxy? Whoa, that is crazy. No, I don't. Okay, let me ignore this phone call. That's crazy. I mean, Tommy charge a dealer door guard add-ons for your trade-in. What? No. What? Okay, guys. This is what we are doing today. I'm going to be answering a lot of questions for you guys at 12 o'clock Eastern. So in 50 minutes, we are going to have the one, the only James from Delivered come on to the stream. We've got 3 things that he's going to be talking about. Bada boom, bada bing. So I want to answer questions for you guys for the next 50 minutes. After that phone call, we're going to make it, or after the things with James, we're going to have some phone calls. So this is questions about Delivered. This is questions about the car buying market. Whatever you want, questions are yours. I'm going to be going into topics in a little bit more detail. You can ask anything about Delivered. You can ask anything about the car buying market. Choice is yours. I'll read your question. I'll answer it out. Tim the Music Man, spam this question, so I'll answer for it. Broker, advocate, same thing. If Tommy was not charging, then he would be an advocate. He's charging money, so he is a broker. He's playing with words. Drama king. That is not how you define words, sir, but nice try. And if you guys want to know proof, there are doctors that are still doctors even if they don't charge money. What is your opinion on Ford F-150s? I think the Ford F-150, I'm gonna be careful what I said, is probably the best American-made truck out there today. But obviously the highest selling. It has decent incentives. I don't like employee pricing right now. I'm not a big fan of that. But overall, I do like the F-150. I think the Raptor is one of the best performance trucks out there. I like the Ram for some of its tech, but even with its new warranty, it extends, or it worries me. Yeah, I would say F-150 probably the best truck out there right now. Do you think Carvana owning new car dealerships will change anything for consumers? I think they're going to really struggle to put the goal out that they want to at a huge volume. I like the idea, right? It's almost as if they watch some of the stuff we've been talking about. So that's really good. But again, what they're going to be able to do it at volume, we'll see how dealers are able to do it. And Carvana hasn't committed to doing this further more than one store. Get a real job for the love of God. Is the Lincoln Nautilus a good car? I think it's a good car. Since the goal is always to get the best deal, would it not have been better to give the email address to the Porsche lady? What am I missing there? Well, there was no guarantee that I was getting any numbers from her at all. She never promised a certain deal. On top of that, I knew it was a slippery rabbit hole, which would keep getting more questions because we eventually did give her an email, and then she asked us for a credit app. So we didn't even get the numbers after giving her email. I've always believed that you're the same as me. Travel Agent's Book. Make vacations easier. Can the client do it on their own? Yes. Can I provide a service? Yes, 1,000%. How do you feel about Slate trucks? I like Slate trucks. I want to review one. If anybody can get me my hands on a Slate truck, I will do a review. Camry deal, $4,000 to $6,000 off would be a good deal on that vehicle. I'm a big fan of the Camry right now. Is it common for dealerships to say they will not move on the price at all? Just get told this. Yes, they will say this because that is a negotiation tactic. How much do you ask for a discount on a used car? Natalie, that's a great question. And the only way to answer that question is by really not answering the question, because there's no solid answer, right? Every used car is different. For example, getting $5,000 off a used car doesn't even mean you got a good deal. It means the car was overpriced. Really, what you have to do is a market analysis to figure out what the value of the car is. You have to go through and look at comps of cars that have sold similar similar vehicles, and then go from there. It's a little bit harder than just saying that you should ask for X amount every time. Tommy, you need board games. Let me send you one. Dude, get with Amy on my P.O. box. I love board games. We're a big board game family. You should engage in more drama content. Nah. Any discounts on Escalade Vs? I mean, I wouldn't pay above MSRP for one if that's what you're asking. Is KBB accurate on car values? Let me hit you with the truth. KBB is one of the least accurate tools to ever exist. There's so many reasons why. First off, KBB is owned by Cox Automotive. Cox Automotive basically runs the industry from the dealership side. Secondly, KBB is not actually giving you an actual value for your car. Yes, they have the instant offer, but you will be shocked at how much different the instant offer is from the actual value. Third, the instant offer doesn't even mean anything because dealerships can change that number all the time, and they do. They don't normally guarantee that number without you coming in store. It's just a lead generation tool. I want to trade in my car, but I think I owe more than what it's worth. Run it through Carvana CarMax to verify. If you have some cash down to offset it, then bada boom, bada bing. Give me your thoughts on the Hummer EV 3X. I think they're kind of cool, but kind of crazy. Belly button reveal for $5. You know what? I'm just kidding. No, you weirdo. Thanks for the $5, though. Sucker. I just bought myself two Alanis. Maybe if it was $50. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't send me $50. Tesla Model S, worth it. Do you want a car that's going to depreciate heavily, but has great self-driving, but really fun to drive, but no exhaust? I mean, it depends on you, right? Like, general rule of thumb, worth it is such an subjective question. CX-70, Tommy, since you have one, rating. I have a CX-90 now. Honestly, I really struggle to understand why anybody would buy a CX-70. I said what I said. I don't understand. I don't understand why anybody would buy a CX-70, and that's for coming from buying one and then getting rid of it a week later. It just doesn't make any sense for me. There's zero benefit. Thoughts on the Kia Telluride? I think Kia. I think Kia is not the person. My opinion on the Kia buyer, the Kia market, is a lot of people try to compare Kia to Toyota. I think it's a horrible comparison. Toyota beats it in every single regard because a Toyota buyer cares about reliability, safety, and making sure they have just a car that gets them to point A to point B, and make sure their family's safe. Kia does not vibe with that, right? They make cars that are literally unaliving children in the back seat. They make cars that have crazy tech that catch on fire. That's not their target goal. I believe Kia should target people who want a Range Rover. And what I mean by that are people who want the crazy tech, that want the awesome technology, that don't really care that if their car may or may not catch on fire, but it looks cool. And I do think there's a buyer there, right? I do think there's a buyer there. But it's really hard for me to say that Kia, I mean, again, I think that's the route they have to go. Best website to get used car values. I mean, Carvana CarMax is just a really good way to figure out what your car trade-in is worth, if that's what you're asking. Is Alani sponsoring you? No, I even talked to one of the previous owners of Alani and asked him to send me a case of drinks, and here I am still. What cars do you own? Great question. First off, in order of most boring to not boring, we first off have a Mazda CX-90 Premium Plus Turbo. That's my daily driver. I drive that every day. It is Artisan Red. It's cool. Next is my Juliana's car, which is cooler than mine, I think, which is a Lexus 350 Hybrid. NX, sorry, 350 Hybrid. The thing is white with a red interior. Chef's kiss. And then me, my fun car, my baby, is my BMW M5 CS 2022. It's awesome. How does it work when you want to lease a vehicle and your trade-in exceeds the amount you'd pay on the vehicle? So, this is a really good question. I want to talk about it. So, one of the things you might hear, you probably heard this, guys, that you shouldn't put money down on a lease. But I will tell you, so many people I may make a video on this because I think this is valuable. But so many people make the mistake of putting their trade down during a lease, not realizing that that's cash down as well. What you want to do during your lease every single time is if you have a trade and there is positive equity into it, is you want to cash out your equity. And you need to say this. I want to cash out my equity. I want to cash out check. What does that mean, Tommy? Great question. What that means is, let's just say you have $5,000 of equity into your car. Your car's worth $5,000 more, or your car's worth $5,000, you have zero on it. What the dealership will actually do is give you a check for $5,000. It's cashing out your equity. You do not want to put that equity towards the lease. There is zero benefit of doing that. If you have negative equity, it's okay to put it towards the lease, right? You don't need to cash that out, but negative equity in a lease is more of a sales tactic more than anything else. What is a reasonable amount to negotiate off MSRP on a 2026 Honda Pilot Touring? 10% off MSRP. Thank you, Wenda Lissa, for the $2 donation. Thoughts on the GX550? The GX550 is one of the most overhyped vehicles on the market. I will stand by this, and I've been saying this since day one. You can find when the GX550 came out, I've said the same thing. GX550 is one of the most beautiful redesigned cars on the exterior that I have ever seen that a manufacturer has made. I think it looks great. I love the outside. But the second you sit in it, you're underwhelmed. You are underwhelmed. It feels less luxurious than a Land Cruiser with Java interior. It just feels like a Toyota in all the worst ways. And at that point, I would just buy a Land Cruiser. I'm sitting in the car more than I'm looking at it. What is it a reasonable amount to get off a T5 Blackwing? MSRP on an order is a good deal. We got $5,000 off one time, but that's kind of crazy. I don't think most people are going to get that. Do you ever negotiate Super C motor coaches? No, but maybe in the future. Favorite flavor of Alani? Great question. I personally like the cherry slush. The cherry slush gives you flavor, gives you energy, and does not give you wings. Not lying and not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored, though. See how good I could do? Just imagine. Watch this. Let me just give you guys, let me give you a preview, right? This is how you guys know I'm not sponsored, because this is the energy I put into a sponsorship. Have you ever been tired, sad, and you just don't have motivation to go through the day? Hi, my name's Tommy, founder and owner of Delivered. And I have those days, just like everybody else. And sometimes you just need a little bit of kick. In comes Alani. I can't get through a day without Alani. Alani, not only the most flavorful energy drink on the market, but with cherry slush, not artificial flavors, no natural flavors, zero sugar, and 200 milligrams of caffeine, it just makes me go, wow. That's all. That's what I got. That's my ad read. Buy Alani today at your local grocery store, gas station, or Costco. Dude, knowing TikTok gets so mad at me when I do that. They're gonna be like, "You're doing an ad read." Actually, I gotta make sure they didn't. Yep, they didn't yell at me yet. Sometimes they will literally say, "Tommy, you have paid sponsorship." It's insane. I'm like, no, that was just a joke. Good question regarding money off at the end of a lease. Thank you. Okay, what else we got? Should you put a down payment on a lease? No, basically never. Okay, I messed up the natural flavors thing. That's why they didn't pay me, and I did it on the fly. 200 milligrams? I actually don't know if it has 200 milligrams. Guys, all of that was not real, but I think it's 200 milligrams. Yeah, 200 milligrams of caffeine and 0 grams of sugar. Adds a negligible amount of sugar. What? Guys, it literally says contains 0 grams of sugar and then adds a negligible amount of sugar in asterisk right next to it. So is there sugar? I might have to re-question this whole thing. What's the difference between TSRP and MSRP? Great question. TSRP is total suggested retail price. MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail price. Back in the middle of COVID, Toyota thought that they were going to be super transparent. So they said, you know, this MSRP thing that everybody understands, let's make it super complicated so nobody understands it. So what they did is they made a base MSRP. That was their first mistake. They shouldn't have named it base MSRP because it confused everybody right off the bat. That's just the baseline of the car before anything is added. Now, once you have the base MSRP, you have to add some things. There are 3 things that could be added onto the car. First off is FIO. These are factory installed options. This is what every single car that you build on the website looks like. If you want to add a moonroof, factory installed option. You want the upgraded audio system, factory installed options. You want self-driving technology that isn't come with a feature in the car, factory installed options. Then you have LIOs, or PIOs. It just depends what region you are, where the car comes from. But that is what we call a port installed option. So basically what happens is car gets built in Japan. I'm building a car, right? Boom, 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 boom. Then they ship the car from Japan or whatever factory they're building at to the port. Now, the port looks at the car before it gets to the factory and says, let's add a bunch of accessories that you may or may not want. Boom, they add all these accessories like floor mats. They add door edge guards. They add mud guards. They add cargo cover, whatever. Boom, they add all those. Then the car gets shipped to the dealership. At that point, the dealership can add DIOs, dealership installed options. Never pay for dealership installed options. Those are bad. Don't pay for those. Then you have destination and delivery, which was the cost for the car to get to all the places and be ready to you. And that is what TSRP is. Total suggested retail price. It's meant to be super transparent, yet it's not. I mean, it is super transparent, but it's super confusing. General rule of thumb is that you're not going to probably move, or you're not going to remove any FIOs, LIOs and PIOs. You're not going to remove after they hit to the port, and you can remove DIOs at any time. Does this only work with new MSRP cars? I don't know what you mean in general. Why no down payment on a lease? Great question. So, this is how leases work. What happens on a lease, for easy math, is let's say you have a $1,000 lease payment for 36 months. I don't have a board, I'm sorry. That means if we do basic math, you will pay $36,000 over the life of the lease. Can we agree with that? Yes or no? $1,000 down, $1,000 per payment, 36 months, you'll pay $36,000 on a lease. When you put cash down on a lease, you are not lowering your interest rate. You are not lowering the amount you're financing. All you're doing is prepaying the amount. So let's just say that same lease, you put $5,000 down first. Now you will pay still a total of $36,000 over 36 months, but you would put $5,000 up front and the other $31,000 would be divided by 36 months. You're like, well, I mean, I don't see the negative, right, Tommy? Well, negative number one is you're giving your money an interest, you're paying interest, or you're basically giving them an interest-free loan on your $5,000. Not good. But second, let's say you're driving the car and grandma comes out of nowhere and T-bones you. You don't own the car. Toyota owns the car. It's their car. So what happens is you walk away. Bye. Like you don't get any equity, you don't get any negative equity, you don't get anything. You walk away. So all that money, that $5,000 you put towards it, bye, have a nice day, it's gone because you prepaid it because I told you not to prepay it. I told you not to prepay it. That is true. That is how a lease works. Are you still hiring? Yes, Delivered is hiring for 2 editors and a PR person. Ooh, good question. What is your thoughts on multi-security deposits? So if we want to dive deeper into leases, right? If we want to dive down the rabbit hole, I don't know why I'm dancing, of leases, right? There is cash down, and then there's MSDs. Tommy, what are MSDs? MSDs are the only way you should put cash down. And the problem is why I don't bring it up is not every manufacturer does it, not every car does it, and not always does it make sense. But essentially, there is another way that you could put down cash by giving the manufacturer a deposit. You're basically saying, hey, here's $10,000 as a deposit. You hold on to this money, and as long as I turn back the car in, I get the money back. Now, the reason why this is a benefit is this actually does lower down your interest rate. So you can get a better payment. Now, not every brand actually does this, so you can't just do it every single time. Most luxury brands do it, so you can look at those. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, just depending on your money. And it's not the same as cash down. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, buy rate versus sell rate. So what happens when you are going through and you are and the finance manager is in the back? This is what happens. Finance manager is in the back. They see your credit file. They say through, oh, he's an 800 and he banks at Collins Community Credit Union. I'm now going to send that loan off to whatever banks I want. This is an unpopular opinion. People don't realize. If I send this to 27 banks or one bank, it only counts as one credit pool to you. Even though you're going to see your credit run 48 times, it's only going to hurt your score once. So I can send it to as many banks as I do. I go through that. The bank sends the dealership, which is not me, I'm not a dealership, what they call buy rate. Now, buy rate, if you go to the bank and actually get that loan, you're probably going to get the same buy rate. But they're going to send them a buy rate. And because they're setting up the loan, they allow the dealership the option to do one of two things. One, they can mark up the rate up to 2.5%, depending on the bank. And then they don't ever have to tell you the buy rate. That's the sell rate. Now, I don't think there's any value in that. I don't like that at all. But the other way that people are doing, and they're trying to act like it's transparent, is they are paying what we call super reserves. This is all stuff you don't need to know, but I'm answering any question you guys want. So what's a super reserve is I want to look at a bank like Huntington Bank. So what Huntington Bank does purposely is they will send a loan approval back with a stupidly high interest rate. Let's just say you qualify for a 6% rate at every other bank. They're going to send you back a 9% rate to start. And if you can convince the customer to sign that 9% rate, which is way above market value, Huntington pays you a 5% reserve. But if you lower the rate down to 6%, they pay you a 1% reserve. But the buy rate on this one is 9% with a 5% reserve. And the dealership has to buy down the rate in order to get this. But in reality, everything was inflated to begin with. So dealerships can go out and say, well, sometimes we have to buy down the rate to do. Well, no, you're just buying that's 5% to make me pay a higher interest rate. That's a math. The math doesn't math. So that's how buy rate versus sell rate. Tommy, tell your girl, first off, tell my EA, she's not a girl, she's a woman, so respect people, to email me back. We're supposed to meet this week. I mean, I think she's going through all the emails this week, but I don't know who you are. But she gets hundreds of emails a day she deals with. What else we got? You'd be a great comic strip character. Thank you. Car buying saving man. Saving car buying people from car buying. Pow, ching, boom. That'd be cool. Was he going to do calls? We're talking car buying today. So we might make some calls at the end, but we have some things that were going on till about 12 o'clock. And then we're going to have James on from Delivered. You guys are going to have the first official guest from Delivered on Delivered's channel. So we have James. James is going to tell you a little bit about himself. He works at Delivered. He's going to answer your guys' questions. I'm going to be telling you guys, and you guys can ask him anything. Anything and everything. And I would love for you guys to ask the good ones, the bad ones, and difference. Should have been a huge down payment on a new finance car. There's almost no downside to putting cash down on a finance vehicle. The only way it would not make sense, and this is like financial advice, not even car buying advice, is like if you have a very low interest rate. So let's just say you're paying 1.9%. The general rule of thumb is not to put much cash down on that loan, because if you just put that money into even a high yield savings account, you'll make more money in interest than you'll pay on interest, and your money's better there. But financially, it normally makes sense to put cash down. I normally recommend that if you can get under a 4% interest rate, you should put little down. If you can get over a 4% interest rate, you should put as much down as you can. Are you a paid actor? No, I'm not a paid actor. I'm working with James on my second Delivered deal. What? Kimberly. Kimberly was one of my first clients ever. True story. She and her husband bought a Mazda CX-5. I will not give their location. I remember when I got their deal done. I will never forget this day because I remember a lot of my first clients. I was pulling in because we were talking about something, and we were talking to them, and we're pulling into my driveway in Florida. The memory that hits me. Watch, she's gonna be like, I don't drive a Mazda CX-5. I drive. Boom. Now it's my turn. Woo woo. Would you hire someone with no automotive experience? Yes, we do all the time. Dealership adding $1,000 to a deal for not financing with them. Thoughts? I'd give them a boo. Anybody? Can anybody name the Abu? Abu? You live in Florida? I used to live in Florida. My mom got a 2026 CRV EXL for $35,000 out the door last night. Thoughts? I don't review deals after you sign them because guess what? There is zero benefit of me telling you yes or no. Why are doc fees so high in Florida? Well, there's this thing called taking advantage of customers. And Florida does that really well. And somebody's going to be like, well, no, Tommy, that's just... No, it's just taking advantage of people. The average doc fee in Florida is like $1,100. You're just taking advantage of people. North Carolina's not good either. It's like $8.99. This whole Southeast is rough. Any calls today? Maybe, but we have some things we're doing, just answering questions. I don't get to answer a lot of questions. I normally deal with a lot of haters. I'm trying not to deal with the haters, but instead I'm dealing with you guys' questions. Good deal on a Crown XLE. We have a video coming out on this soon, but 10 to 12% will be a good deal. Would you consider a Polaris Slingshot a car or a motorcycle? I would consider it neither because I would never buy one. Connor saying that is right. Bonus points. I have a question for Tommy. That's not how you spell my name. That's okay. I forgive you. I can send you 20 to answer. I mean, you can just send me 20 and you'll see if I answer. I mean, I'll probably answer it, like, truthfully. Is Car Mom coming on today? I don't know who there's so many car moms at this point. They're all car moms. What's your favorite sandwich? I think a Philly cheesesteak is my favorite sandwich. Reasonable price to negotiate for 2026 Odyssey, 10%. Good deal on a BZ Woodland Premium, $3,000 off. Can't wait for Thursday. Thursday's debate day. If you guys don't know, we debate car salesmen on whatever topic they want. We are undefeated. What are the best incentives out right now? Ooh, great question. I mean, it depends what you want. I don't think you should buy a car based on incentives. Like, if I'm super honest, I think it's a really bad way to buy a car. I think you should buy a car that makes the most sense for you because you'll have less buyer remorse. How much off a Subaru Forester Wilderness? 8 to 11% off MSRP. Not glazing, but thank you for what you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Today we were talking about how you should not trust a car salesman. There is zero benefit to the consumer to do this. And what I love about me and my business is that there is no car salesman that can like defend the dealership model in an effective way. So like rather than defend it, they just try to like tear me down. What? We got 5 tier 1 gifted subs? Thank you so much, N3K Rossosis. No, I don't know how to say it, but thank you for the 5 gifted. If you have a question, mods, can we please make sure we answer it? I'm going to go to the Discord, and I'm going to see if the Discord has questions. Live discussion. Early morning stream. There's no questions on the Discord. That's okay. I didn't want questions in Discord anyway. Are G-Wagons available now without markup? Yes. Should you pay for aftermarket parts on a used car? I mean, I wouldn't pay the dealership for them, no. How much for a Golf R? I mean, I would pay $2,000 below MSRP. If someone walks in and says, I'm paying cash, did they mess up? I don't think you messed up inherently, but I always say that you should say you're open to financing if the deal makes sense. Does Tommy drink coffee or Alani? I just drink Alani, but I do like espresso. Talking about me, talking about yo, talking about espresso. Any updates on the video? You call the dealer, Chevy Dude got a superb deal on. All I will give you is one spoiler from that video. And I will say, these are not my words. I hate that guy. That's the only thing I'll give you. I almost think this is a recording. LOL sells William Hayes 9524 at 11:40 a.m. Eastern. If I hire you for a 1999 Skyline, or is that too niche? Too niche. Did you watch Caleb on Rogan? I did. It was a good episode. I don't know if I have enough pool. I really do want to know. Caleb just did the podcast tour. I want to ask him. I wish I could talk to him just to see, like, did he do it just because he's been so popular for years and he got a lot of invites? I will tell you, this is something you guys don't see. I will tell you that everybody wants to take advantage of everybody. And it's just like this weird, sad world. Like right now, I'm in a world where we obviously want to do podcasts. We got invited on the Wall Street Journal. We didn't pay for any of this. I don't pay for advertising. I don't do any of this. But I've now realized that there's this entire podcast ring of podcasters that only exist by charging their guest money to promote them on their podcast. It's like this insane thing where, like, we go out to podcasts, they reach out to us, we do meetings, they're like, oh yeah, it's just gonna be like $10,000 for an episode. And this is like podcasts that you would be surprised on. Like, legitimately, you'd be like, oh wow, that's like that podcast? It's insane. Like, I had one podcast that says, well, Tommy, we really like you, we'd love to tell your story. You can join the wait list over here, or you can pay $10,000 to have a guaranteed shot for insert person to look at it. I was like, no. It's crazy. Have you set a date for the wedding? No. Pay a car salesman $200 or pay Tommy $1,000. I mean, yeah, I mean that's probably a choice that consumers get to make every day. You make that in a day, maybe even half a day. General rule of thumb is most of the podcasts that are looking at that don't get the same views that even my channel does. And I would argue that, like, putting me on a lot of the platforms that are trying to charge me money would help their platform, not hurt their platform. Like, I'm not like some nobody that has no platform. And like, if you put a Caleb Hammer on a random platform, people are watching because of Caleb Hammer. And you can look at that, like you look at Doug's podcast, right? Doug, he had plenty of good big guests on his podcast. Once I went on there, it blew up. Like, it's not about being cocky. It's just knowing your worth, right? Like, I mean, you look at, and you're just trying to take audience, right? You're on Doug's podcast? I was. Go look at the views on his versus everybody else. Okay, let's just do this for funsies, right? Let's go to the Doug Horner podcast, and I guess I'll let you guys make the decision on YouTube. I'm gonna read off his views. And again, I love Doug. 2 weeks ago, he did a podcast that has 808 views. He then did another one that has 5.4 thousand views a month ago. He has another one a month ago that did 286 reviews.
Another one that did 3.7 thousand views. One that did 1.5 thousand views. One that did 3.4 thousand views. Tyler Hoovy from Hoovy's Garage did 8.1 thousand reviews. Evie Alex did 16,000 reviews. Billy the Car Kid did 2.8 thousand reviews. George Saliba did 38,000. Russ Flips Whips is on here somewhere. I can't find him. And then mine did 220,000. We named a lot of big names. Like people came to watch the interview because they wanted to see my story because I don't get to talk about my story. They're like, oh yeah, I would love to see it. Sorry, views, not reviews. Sorry, views. Jeez Louise. Does that mean you had to pay Doug? No, why would I pay Doug? And this just goes through, and I use like Joe Rogan as an example. I know people don't like him or don't like him, but Joe Rogan pays every single person. I want to say a flat fee of $5,000 for coming on his podcast. Like that's his thing, no matter what. Like people go on to Joe Rogan for the publicity. Joe Rogan, regardless if you like him or not, is the reason people are watching that show, and a lot of people get notoriety from Joe Rogan. He is paying every person there because he makes money on sponsorships, makes money on Spotify, and understands that the channel doesn't exist without the audience. I think when you turn the script and start charging people, you are no longer trying to serve your audience. Instead, you're trying to serve who's willing to pay you. So they pay the guests, you don't pay the host. Yeah, and that's how it should be, right? Like that's how it should be. If you want somebody on, you should pay them to be on there. And if you're not willing to pay them to be on there, they're probably not that probably not worth it to have on your podcast. No, why should it be like that? Because boring people that have no story to tell end up being on podcasts because they have money. Will you go on Call Her Daddy? I would go on Call Her Daddy. I'd go on any podcast. Paying guest or host are both unethical. I mean, I don't care. I never ask for money to be on a podcast, but I can understand somebody paying because they are making money off the podcast and they want to share the wealth to you. Like Joe Rogan makes a lot of money per podcast, and he's using your face and your clips and your thing to get people to watch his podcast. I can understand why you'd pay. But I don't understand why, if you want to be on his podcast, why you would pay him to be on there. Tommy, I sent you money. Can you answer me? What did Clyde Fowler send me money? Who's Clyde Fowler? Would you go on Car Edge? Zach went on an AI demo presentation, but the audience looks suspiciously AI. I don't know what you're talking about. Can I buy your service and donate to help someone who is having trouble? Sure. DM us. You can't get on Joe Rogan's podcast. He talks to who he wants to. That's correct. And that's what I like about it, right? The host is picking people who they find interesting or they believe their audience would like. When I'm just paying hosts to be on a podcast, all of a sudden it's not who I believe is right. It's who's willing to pay me money. And you end up getting these really boring episodes. And they just don't make sense. And you have people that have large view counts or large follower accounts because they're paying for them. It's insane. It's weird. How much are your services? $1,000. What else we got? Check DMs. Do you like Florida or North Carolina more? North Carolina. Guys, we have about 10 minutes before we have James on board. If you guys don't know, James works at Deliverd. You guys are going to meet your first Deliverd employee now. I'm going to warn you guys right off the bat. Moderators, this is the only time you guys can make fun of me, be mean to me. I don't really care because I put my face on here. James is nice enough to volunteer his time to be on here. Do not be mean to the person. He is literally not a content creator. If he stutters or says something or does something weird, guess what? He doesn't do this for a living. He isn't in front of thousands of people for a living. He's going to explain exactly what he does. But be nice, be kind, and understand that we're trying to give you guys different content. But if James is awesome, he's the first one doing this. You can be mean to me. Everybody be mean. Everybody, let's just get it out of your system. Everybody say something mean to me right now. Just everybody get it out of the way. Waiting for it. Boring shirt. Red lips. 6'7". Moderators, ban everybody who is mean to me. We know their troop goal. Ban, 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 ban. Run, 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 ban. Joke's on you guys. We just banned you all. Suckers. Bam. It was a trap. Are you making deals today? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't got that far in my life. Law, still undefeated. Who's that? Yes, I actually know who that is, but nah, I don't think he's undefeated. Best deal on an Outback Premium, probably like 12% would be like the best deal off, but like 8 to 10% would be a good deal. Submitted my video. Not sure if you got it, Tommy. I don't know what video you made. Somebody said, Tommy, those glasses really accent your muscles. I think that might have been the best insult that I have yet, because that insults not only my glasses, but my muscles, because I don't got them. That was such a good insult. I like that. Keep that person around. Mort Norton, why are we listening to Delivered employee talk? What about phone calls? Mort Norton, you're never going to hire us. Who would have guessed that? Olivia, hey, bestie. Grateful that you do so often. Thank you. Guys, most creators on here that are running a full-time job are not streaming as many hours as I do. I try to keep it entertaining. Because you know what happens? Creators end up burning. This is what most creators do. They find something that works, and then they do this to you guys. See? Just through it. Just keep going. You like the negotiation? I keep giving you negotiations. Bam! And eventually you're like, I get sick of negotiations. And then they're like, oh, shoot, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. Then they have to think of something, and eventually you leave. Like, imagine if I did this every time. Guys, the core market is crashing. Look out my watch. And I did that for 4 years straight. You'd probably stop watching me. Bada boom. Bada bing. What if I put a down payment, lowers my monthly payment on a lease, or is that just a scam? You're just prepaying your lease, which does lower your payment, but it doesn't save you any money. It makes more sense to put that money in a savings account and just let it grow. You're the Opera of social media. I don't know if that's a good. I don't give away anything for free. Actually, fun fact. Everybody check under their seat right now, because you've got absolutely nothing. You think I walked into your house, put a hat underneath it, and made it as free, and while you're washing, I knew? Like, that would be so creepy and weird. I didn't do anything. Okay, let me check my Slack here. I gotta make sure my Slack is open for James. James is good. All right. Bada boom, bada bing. We got 9 minutes. Will dealers take rebuilt titles as trade-ins? They will, but they're worth way less. Tommy, what flavor is that Alani? This is cherry slush. Merch is coming sooner rather than later. You do entertain. Thank you. They call me the entertainer. They call me the coolest kid on this side of the Mississippi. They call me Tommy Slav. Okay. Could we ever get a video of your employees working a deal? Yeah, that's coming in the future. But step one is making sure you guys be nice to them. You should give me a Delivered hat to everybody that doesn't deal with you. That makes no sense. Does your wife work for Delivered? No, she does not work for Delivered. I mean, kinda. She's 1099 for Delivered. She does the accounting work. But like some of the accounting work. She doesn't do it. She's not a CPA. What comes after Delivered? Do you have any plans to start another business? As of right now, Delivered has such a future and such a... I can't see it anywhere else right now. I haven't thought of anything past then. Delivered has so many different problems we can solve. Can you talk about RAV4 pricing? It's expensive right now. MSRP can be a good deal. $2,000 off would be a crazy bonker deal if you're willing to go nationwide. Is Delivered scalable? We're scaling it right now. Delivered, eh? Says Canadian. Yes, I agree. That's something. Thoughts on 2023 Kias? I mean, they may catch on fire. They may not catch on fire. They may crush people in the back seat. Like, I mean, it just depends. Will Delivered ever do commercial vehicles? Yeah, I mean, sure, we do commercial vehicles right now, but I think it's more likely that you'll see a delivered truck more than anything else. Spoiler alert, nobody knows. I can fly anywhere free. Where should I go for the RAV4? Whoever's willing to give you the best deal, shop, find it out. I can't tell you. It's not like, oh yeah, go to coordinates 446 442 555 and talk to Steve. Is Honda Civic a good car? Yes. If you could own a dealership, which OEM? Every one of them. I don't believe that you can do a good job selling cars if you don't sell every single one of them. I actually don't think there's any possible way. Should the law banning car dealerships be open on Sunday be reversed? But it's not a car dealership ban. That is a state-by-state ban. Emil texted me and said, team member. Yes, team member. Team member, sorry. I need to use my own language. I only sell 6 OEMs. Then Sierra, you gotta do better. Ford Explorer or Ford Expedition? Do you want smaller truck or bigger truck? Tommy stands for totally obsessed with motor investments. I like it. What it stands for. Do you play the Hogwarts video game? I used to once upon a time, and now I don't have time. What is your personal dream car? Ooh. I have my M5 CS. That's kind of my dream car. I would love a 911 Turbo S. That would feel really good. I don't know if it would feel really good, but I'm really happy with it. I want a more comfortable sports car. What application do you use to record and transcribe calls? I work at my desk all day and would like to make phone calls from my desk. We use Quo as our system. I don't know if I'd fully recommend them. They're not bad, but they come with serious flaws. If you're doing a business with online calls, I don't know if there is a good or bad process, but Quo is like, eh. As this business continues to grow, how do you balance your work and personal life? Actually, good question. One of the things I did is I stopped negotiating car deals as the main person to negotiate car deals and stepped back doing that so I'd have more of a personal life and be able to focus more on you guys. Hi, you guys. So that's the biggest thing that we've done, and that allows for me to be able to breathe and not be working 90 hours a week. We're finally at that phrase. Plot is amazing for this? Yes, plot would be amazing. If only, if only. I am a GM employee. I should. I don't know if that was English, my friend. I don't know if that was... Can I do a graphic design for Delivered? Sure, email us. GX550, how's the market on these? Have fun finding one. What kind of deals are you getting on the Cadillac CT5? 7% off MSRP. Thoughts on Techion? Boo. Where'd you buy the Harry Potter painting? I didn't buy it. I had it painted. That's how paintings work. Have you ever made a deal in North Dakota? I am proud to say that I bought a car in every single state for Delivered. Is canceling an order to buy the same car at another dealership a D move, which would mean a mean move? I would say no if you're getting a better deal. Do you feel bad if you order a TV on Best Buy and you find it cheaper on Amazon? Guys, this idea that I hate this idea. And I made a video on it. I've had this, but the idea that people are willing to pay more for the experience of buying a car, I think is insane. You're not getting an experience when you're buying a car. There's nothing special with this service. And the idea that people believe it's worth thousands of dollars to consumers is insane. I hate this idea. Well, the price of a car is subjective because the value of me is worth thousands of dollars. Wait, who the hell are you? You're literally the guy showing me the car. If I go to Best Buy, that guy also shows me the TV. I didn't pay thousands of dollars for him. I'm buying a car. I'm not buying an experience. I think this is insane. And if you want to sell the experience, preach. I love it. Charge it up front. Do what Delivered does. Hey, you know what? You can buy your car through every other provider, or you can have the experience of a lifetime. I charge $2,000 for my dealership to do that. Jacob would disagree. I mean, a lot of people would. A lot of car salesmen would disagree. Because the second you disagree, you realize that car selling is just buying products. Got any EVs in your QV? Yeah, we have EVs, yeah. You charge what? I charge $1,000 for people to have a better experience, and I'm not afraid of charging up front. Boom. Okay. And also, guys, we are going to make sure that the audio and everything works here. We have not done one of these guest streams in a while. We're going to try to make sure video works. Hopefully it works. If not, we'll try plan B. I tested this earlier. For the experience, not to save money. Find me one video where I advertise this as a money-saving service. James Henderson is sitting in a dark, scary room. Let me pull up my notes. We got 1 minute, James. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Where did my text go? Okay, 1 second. Please hold, guys. I had everything pulled up and then it all just disappeared. Okay, boom. Okay. So let's see if we can get this to work. Boom. Imagine it just didn't work immediately, right? Imagine it just didn't work immediately. It did not work immediately. Okay, 1 second. We're going to do this. Okay. We're going to go here. Of course, try this link. Try this one. Okay, we're going to wait. Boom. We're going to wait here, and we are going to get, we're going to share my main camera. Yeah. And we're going to make sure that everything works and everything's good and everything lines up. I'm a dealer working on your website. If I bid shortlisted, and am I getting close to getting the bid? Yes, we'll probably communicate with you. Fancy time. Hearing an echo. Are you? Are you hearing an echo? There should be no echo because I haven't allowed anybody into the thing yet. Says he's in the room. Okay, we're going to figure this out. Please hold. Why is it not doing it? Oh, of course. Why does it not work when you want it to work? Give me 1 second, guys. Boom, 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 boom. Collab camera. And literally, I tested this 5 times. Wow. Test. Join. There's no echo. I know there's no echo. Give me 1 second, everybody. It says there's nobody on here. I'm gonna test this with James. Worst case, I will call James. Worst case, we have an alternative here if we need to. Join. Did you like being a car salesman? There's pros and cons. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. James, worst case, I am going to call you and we will have the phone call conversation that way versus video, which is okay. Streamlabs. Okay, I'm going to try one other time. If this does not work, I give up. Last time. Last try. Okay, we're going to try one last time. If it doesn't work here, then we're just going to call. Bada boom. Okay, let's go through. And sorry, guys, for the technical difficulties. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? I'm more annoyed that I tested this so many times to make sure this would not happen. Literally, I tested this for an hour. Same. In camera, mic. What's that? I'm gonna test one other thing. Please hold. I literally. Join. Allow. So weird. Please add. Yeah, we're gonna give up, I think. We're giving up. Okay, we're gonna call. James, can you text me your number to, actually, Amy, can you get me James's number so I can call him? We'll figure that out next week, guys. I'm sorry we're not gonna have a visual of James. I apologize in advance. So guys, just so you guys know, as we're getting James's number, what I am doing here, I want to make sure that I call him on the appropriate number there. What we are doing is inviting a delivered employee on. You guys do not get to talk to delivered employees, so I want to have him on. He's going to talk about a few different things, and we're going to ask some questions, and you guys can go through and ask any questions you guys want for James. Let me do this here. Boom. Let's get copy image. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm going to put a picture up. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go through. You guys are ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to call James on a Quo line here. James, I'm calling you on a random line just so you know. No big deal. Technical difficulties happen. Okay. Calling James. Okay. I need to make sure this actually works. This is Tom.
Hey, Tom, this is Josh Lewis over at Price.
Okay, boom. Okay, perfect. Okay, go.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see.
Hello, this is James.
Hey, James. It is Tommy. How is it going?
It is going great. Sorry we couldn't connect via video. I had my hair and makeup already all done for you guys.
Oh my goodness, dude. I am so I had tested this 5 times. I should have tested it with you, but literally it was working perfectly. So that is my fault. So let's just start off right off the bat. Let's tell the people who you are, how long you've been at Delivered, what your role is, kind of give them the rundown of who James is.
Sure. So my name is James Henderson. I went to Florida State University, served in the United States Army, sold cars for about 6 years, confident in knowing all aspects of the auto industry. Tom, you're aware of this. I applied to Delivered probably a year ago at this point, made it to the final round of interviews, did not get the call back, which was fine. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm a firm believer in that. And it was maybe at this point 5, maybe 6 months ago, Tommy called me directly, and he said, hey, we'd love to have you come on board. We got the perfect spot for you. I hopped right on it, and now I'm here, and things couldn't be better.
I love it. And tell people, for people that don't know, what do you do at Delivered? A lot of people don't know the background. They don't know what people do. What particular do you do at Delivered?
Right. So I am the position that I am under is called a presenter, and it's kind of like client management, for lack of a better word. I am a client-facing advocate, so all communication is owned by me. We have 3 of us on the team that are in this role, sometimes 4, because we all know Michael is he's the Swiss Army knife of all Swiss Army knives. I'm able to gather deals that the negotiators have put together. I can dissect those deals, look at where the client is from, what's considered a local deal to that client, and where deals are outside that are considered deals that I would present that the client should also consider as a good deal. And I just kind of get on the phone with the client, we schedule an appointment, and we go over these deals, we dissect them together, and we figure out what works best for them. And a lot of times, the best deal doesn't always equal the best discount, right? Because there's a priceless factor that goes into all this, and that's convenience. So even though an out-of-state deal might be $3,000 off, there's a backyard deal 10 minutes from the client, they're offering $2,000 off. And we'll lean into that a lot of the time simply because, we can negate shipping charges, and just being able to go there and do business locally. And, even if they have a trade, it makes it even more valuable too, because we can keep the business all in the same spot and they can see the car and not have to worry about any type of a delivery scratch or a blemish or anything like that. So, there's a lot of logistics that go into it. And it's just nice to, build some rapport with these people. I've actually made a lot of friends, which is kind of weird to say, but we get to know each other really well through the process, and it's fun. It's absolutely awesome being able to help these people get into the vehicles and put the dreams in the driveway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And diving into this a little bit more, everybody's always curious. So I always like to ask, why Delivered? Like, why did you apply for Delivered? What appealed you to the company? And just tell us a little bit more why you picked Delivered.
Sure. So when I was selling, you had just started up, and I was hearing about you, and I was following the company. And as a sales associate, I was kind of like, I'm not going to let these guys succeed. I'm going to do everything that I can to help clients and do things. And there's no way that this company is moving forward. I was totally opposed. And now that I'm on, I was like that. There's no room in the space. I'm too good of a sales associate. I'm the best that there is. I was confident in my capabilities, and I ended up coming over to Delivered. And now that I'm on the Delivered side, it's wild to think, because a message to all the sales guys out there that think that there's no space. It's too late. We're already here. I chose it because we're the industry leaders in this. We're scaling faster than people even understand, and hopping into it, not even knowing that, it was like drinking from a fire hose, because the communication is fast, the knowledge is fast, the data is fast, the technology is fast. It's epic, and I couldn't have made a better decision for myself and for my family.
I'll give you that bonus later for saying all those nice things.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, it's facts. It's facts. It's not even. It's easy. It's not. I'm glad I can't see the comments right now.
No, don't worry. You'll be able to read them later. So one of the major things that I want to be able to talk about a little bit more, and then I want to get into some things that I asked you to bring, is tell us about, like, what's different from, because a lot of people don't get to see what it's like to work at Delivered, right? They get to see Delivered, but they get to hear it from Tommy's eyes. And obviously I know everybody's going to say you're biased because you're the founder's right on the phone, right? But like, tell us what it's like to work at Delivered compared to any other company in the world.
So, I mean, that's a great question. And the main thing that I can think of right off the top of my head is how Emil and Crystal and yourself, you guys have implemented this institutionalized learning, right? If there's issues, if there's problems, it's out in the open for everybody to learn from. It's not bashing anybody. It's not like corrective actions taken. It's more like, people's problems and how they solved them are there for myself and anybody else on the team to read and learn from. Read the threads, read the comments below the threads. The internal communication is insane. And I think that helps everybody, right? There's nothing that's hidden. Everything's out in the open.
Whoa. We're a work from home experience. How can you have such good communication while you're at home by yourself? Like, are we just watching you on camera at all times? Just and everybody's on cam? Like, how does this work?
Not at all. I mean, having a good work ethic is besides that. You still have to work, right? I mean, you're still going to be in front of your computer doing what you're supposed to do. And, I think that speaks to how you guys hire, right? You kind of have this intuition about if this person's going to be doing that or not. And no, I'm not being watched 24/7. I closed some deals. I walk outside, I say hi to my kids, shoot hoops for, 5 minutes, grab a bite to eat and walk back inside and get back to the grind. It's enjoyable. It's great, honestly.
Okay. And then honestly, I want you to answer this question honestly. And so, okay, this never be held against you, but you've heard me say it. I know it's in the employee handbook. You've heard Emil say it. My goal is to put ourselves all out of business. First off, is this something you hear at Delivered on a daily basis, or even from me at all times? And do you actually believe that our goal is to put ourselves out of business?
Do I believe it? I don't think we're ever going to get put out of business. But if it happens, then we've reached our goal, right? That we've changed an industry that nobody ever thought that could be done. And, we're on to the next. We've solved the problem. There's plenty of other problems to solve. And I'm on board. I know how the systems operate. I love the leadership is great. They're on point. They're advanced. I mean, this probably sounds like an insane ad, and it's not, which is funny.
Hey, I love it. Now, I do want to dive into just some particular things about your role here. So one of the things that people get to see is they get to see Tommy negotiate car deals. They don't get to see Delivered actually working in the background. And I always say that you guys are the lifeblood of the company. This company has improved dramatically since Tommy's taken a step back, and we've actually had experts in the field. And you're a client advocate. You're a presenter. Your goal is to really master the client experience. And one of the things that I think makes you unique is you're not really even working with dealerships a lot of the times. You're mainly working with the client. And you get to talk to them, you get to answer their questions as you're going through car deals. So I'd love to know the top 3 things that clients ask you in your role at Delivered.
Sure. And it's funny because I've tuned in to the first hour of your live here, and you literally talked about the main ones. They're asking you in the chats, right? Money down on a lease, gap insurance. I saw some things fly up about that. A lot of times right now, what I'm seeing is I'm getting a lot of people that ask, should I go with my own credit union or finance through the dealer? And it's funny because, most people assume that their credit union is always the safer, smarter choice, right? And sometimes it is. That's a fact. But my job is to know, the difference before they walk into the dealership. When a manufacturer, and I'm dealing with some as we speak, when a manufacturer is running incentivized rates, 0%, 1%, 2.9, whatever it may be, if I advocate in sending the client to their credit union for a pre-approval that pulls their credit and then still lands them at 4 to 5%, I'm doing them a disservice, right? I know the rates that at the dealer and what their manufacturer is offering are better. I have all this data. I know what Navy Fed's giving right now. I know what Mid-Florida is giving right now. I know these things. So, they want to jump the gun and go to their credit union to get an approval and to get a hard number and to have a hard pull when, I know that this manufacturer right now, I have a pencil right now from a guy and he's offering 1.9 at 72 months. It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. And I think just really the same questions that they'd ask me, but having that specialized approach, I love. Now, one of the reasons why you're on today is there's a story that I heard that just boggled my mind. I think a lot of the time we talk about Delivered and we talk about the experience. So many people think that we are just trying to grind everybody for the last dollar and we abandon clients. I mean, I had somebody that says literally we abandon you in the finance office, or we just don't care. But I think people don't realize our number one goal is have the world's best buying experience. And I think you have an example of one that you caught for a client in real time. So if you don't mind, I'd love for you to share this story, really dive into the story that you told the whole team on this client.
Sure. So, it's a pretty self-explanatory story. We had a deal for a client. It was a local deal, and what we do here. Just some preface. When a deal is agreed to, I pair the sales associate or manager, whoever put the deal together for us, our team, and the client in a group text message. That way, I don't really say anything in the group text message. I act as a moderator. I'm there to realign people if we tend to veer off road. It seldom happens, but just in case it does, I'm there to make the proper phone calls and realign expectations. So that's what happened here. This client was actually heading to the dealership, and he notified me after he had already left. He said, "Hey, James, just want to let you know I'm about 15 minutes out." I said, "Great, let me hop into this group chat and make sure everything aligns before you walk in the door." So I hop over into this group chat and I see the last few texts from the sales associate to this client. And she says, "I just want to let you know this fee here that you see is an added 1% commission fee for myself. You're a great sales associate. This is how I get paid." And I mean, it stopped me in my tracks that we had already agreed to numbers, and now we're getting a 1% commission fee on top of the line items for the sales associate that my client is adding to pay her. I thought it was absolutely bonkers. So I immediately called the sales associate. I said, "What are we doing here? Is this a joke?" She kind of backtracked on it. She really didn't know what to say. I caught her off guard. And this just goes to show that I'm there for the client at all times. I reach out where it may need be. This one went all the way up to the general manager. I even asked him, what's going on here? I asked him, what's your definition of commission? You're adding it to the line items on the T-sheet. What's your definition of commission? And he kind of started stumbling too. I said, commission is based off of the out the door price and the gross that's there. It's a percentage based off of that number. It's not added in as a line item. And he said, well, a lot of Hyundai dealers are doing this now. And I said, sir, I've sold 20 Hyundais this week, and not one of them has done this. So unfortunately, this was a backyard deal too. Like, talk about getting, your service done there. Anything. It was local. And I had to kill the deal. I called the client. He was not upset at all. He was so grateful. He said, James, thank you so much. This is why I paid you guys. I will go home right now. Don't worry about it. Thank you. And just couldn't stop saying it. And on the back end, I had one of my negotiators already teed up with another local deal at a different store and negotiated it, lined it up. And within 24 hours, I had this client at that dealership picking up his brand new car, even better deal. And he left a raving review for all of us. So that just goes to show you that we are here. These presenters, the ones that we have on our team, even our negotiators, everybody on our team, but for the presenters in general that are client-facing advocates, I hope our clients understand they really do have some pit bulls in their corner here that are not going to let any of this stuff slide. I understand, they walk into a dealership and without using our service, and the point of the dealership, like you just said, not trusting your sales associate, they're going to play you on this whole relationship thing. The reason why they play that is so you do trust them and they can maximize this gross, maximize this profit because you guys have a relationship, right? And my job and our presenter's job is to close that gap, not zero it out, but close it. We want to be fair, and that's the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love you standing up for the client here. Now, I think we both would have agreed, obviously Delivered, if you work at Delivered, you understand that the work never ends. We have a line of people waiting for their deals. It would have been easier for you to try to convince the client or tell the client that, hey, it's not a big deal, this happens all the time, and almost try to shoo them through the door. And you didn't get paid any differently to close another deal, right? You didn't get a bonus for doing another deal. You did just what was right because that's the culture and what we have here at Delivered. As a team, it's not about the line behind us. It's not about making sure somebody gets out. It's taking care of each and every client because that's what they pay for. And how often would you say something like that happens? Let's just say somebody's on their way to pick up their car and something changes. Is that a common occurrence or would that be pretty rare?
Seldom, especially in that certain circumstance. Very, very seldom. I don't see many issues. And if there is, I'm able to catch it in time. I can read buyer's orders, lease agreements. All this stuff it's pretty simple to me. So if anything kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, I'm there to align the dealer because at the end of the day, most of them they want to sell the car. So if there's something that's, kind of, a loose end or something we can tighten up, I go ahead and we can tighten that up. And we move forward. There's no, just like what I said earlier about financing, I'm advocating for the dealer in some circumstances here. I'm giving them the financing business because they win, they're better. So even when it comes to back-end products, right? I don't think dealers even really recognize how many conversations I have with clients who are really considering purchasing extended warranty products. It happens all the time, but it's just, it gets tricky because the relationship between the desk managers and the F&I people can get slippery because if I've already negotiated a great deal, our negotiators have already negotiated a great deal on the front end, there's no leg, there's no rate held, there's no fluff. And so then when they move over into F&I, I believe the F&I manager is the most dangerous person in the dealership. So when they move over into that realm with none of that, what I just mentioned, leg fluff, any rate held, then they get, they start to pressure. And I don't want that. I don't want that. That's unnecessary because these clients are actually interested. And it's too bad that it has to turn out like that. And if there is any extra, that's when, I'm sure everybody's aware. You walk out and you wonder what the hell just happened. Why'd my payment go up? $100. It's because they got stuffed in finance, right? And my job is to avoid that, and I have avoided that multiple times. I'll get call people. My clients will call me while they're in. They'll step out of finance. Hey, James, can you look at this? Look at that? No problem. I'm there for them. I'm there for them until they take delivery.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's exactly obviously why you're here on the team. Now, if you don't mind, James, I'd love, obviously this is going to seem to every person in chat as like super pre-rehearsed, pre-planned, and we practice this 28 times. So if you don't mind, I'd love for you just to answer some questions. I'll read them off to you from the chat. But I'd love the chat to have an opportunity just to ask some questions, what it's like to work at Delivered, anything that James might want to know. I'm not going to I'll try my best not to cherry pick. Some might be good, some might be bad. I ask you to be honest. If you like, but I'm going to ask a question if you don't mind.
Plus, you told them not to be mean to me, so hopefully they listen to you.
Guaranteed. Okay. So how do you handle delivery for out-of-state purchases?
So delivery for out-of-state purchases. So we will have we have a preferred shipping vendor that we use. We get a quote from, and I'll have they're really good actually. I'll have the sales associate do walk-arounds, send photos before it gets loaded up. I hope this is what they're asking. Before it gets loaded up on the delivery truck. Paperwork can be done remote. We have DocuSign, or if stuff needs to be wet signed, they'll FedEx it overnight to them, send it back. It's pretty easy. If they need my help, I'm there for them for whatever they need. But that's how an out of state. We're doing out of state deals left and right. When they get the car, they have the bill of lading there already for them. The delivery driver already has any annotated scratches, dents, or dings on there. So everything is buttoned up and tight. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, absolutely here. And so one of the questions I'm getting here is how do we use AI to be more efficient? I know AI is a hot topic. People ask all the time, but like how do we use AI? Are you using it to talk to people? Like how does that work?
Right. That's a great question. And that's where I think a lot of these dealerships are kind of behind the power curve, because we literally have AI implemented in every single system that we use, and it's amazing. I don't think AI should be used to take over anything that we do, but it's a tool that makes our efficiency insanely tight. It's integrated into our phone systems. It's integrated into our morning meetings. I could potentially miss a morning meeting. Our leadership can send me the link to the meeting, and I can see a synopsis of it over 10 bullet points and know everything that just happened over the last 30 minutes. Same thing with phone calls. I can, if somebody needs help, if somebody on the team in a later stage or an earlier stage needs me to reach out to somebody and see, how we can iron out a particular situation, I can go into our phone system and I can see the conversations that have been had during onboarding to see where something might have, kind of veered off the road. AI lays out just a nice little few data points for me there. It's really crazy because I can talk to these clients like I've known them for years because of this. But it's like instant rapport, which is it's great. It works in our favor tremendously.
Yeah. So one of the things I'll ask it. I know I touched on it a little before, but does Tommy or any of the leadership like monitor your online activity? Are we like micromanaging? Are we strict with what you do? It's a question. I'm gonna let you answer it the way you feel fit.
No, I don't. I think we already went over that too. I don't feel micromanaged at all. I feel supported. That's the correct word to use. I feel very supported. If my plate gets too full, I'm there. That people are there to help me eat some of that food off my plate so I can clean it off faster, which is great. I feel supported. I don't feel like I'm being watched by any means at all. But I'm open and honest in there, and I feel like as long as it's a 2-lane road. As long as I'm doing that, you guys are doing that too. It's there's no, I have no secrets. There's nothing to hide. Even if they did monitor me and stood over my shoulder, it's okay because I'm working my ass off. We're closing deals, and it is what it is. What more could you ask for?
I love it. So let's go through and what is the most challenging change from going from sales to working at Delivered?
Volume for sure. Answering the phone and really kind of being able to handle a multitude of problems, and problems not issues, maybe, nothing that's detrimental to the system or the business, but just like everybody's a different story, right? And as a good sales associate, you would know every time somebody walks into the dealership, they all have their own particulars about them, and being able to dissect those helps you with the process. So that's all that there is with that, just helping people out along the way. And it's knowing, because there's more here, there's a lot more here. So knowing how to dissect every individual situation as they come across your plate, all the different, is this a financing question? Is this a warranty question? Is this an out the door price question? And I have, back to AI, I've got an entire synopsis of where where the clients' hot buttons are and what they really want and need out of these deals. So when I look at the deals, I can match these up and see what is perfect. And a lot of times our negotiators are so good, when the deal moves over to me, sometimes I don't have to do anything at all. It's a 3-minute phone call, and it's a wrap, and as it irons itself out, it only gets better and better.
I love that. Now, a lot of people wonder this is a money saving service. Every one of our clients are just thinking about money and screwing over the dealership. So obviously, I imagine they're all going for the biggest discount. So, one of the things that a lot of people like to know is, what is the difference of deals that are in somebody's backyard that may not be as big of savings compared to deals that are out of state? Like, do you know a rough idea of the percentage of how many we do local for your own client base versus the amount that are out of state?
For myself and my clients that I'm dealing with now personally, I'd say 75% are local, 25% are out of state.
Wow. That's crazy. Is it just because the negotiators only making like 3 phone calls?
And I guess local is a relative term, right? Like, how far out is local?
No. I would say local is driving distance, but like, I imagine that just means the negotiators are probably calling 2 or 3 dealers, and we probably just do that, get an offer, and shoot it at them. Is that why they're all local?
Sure.
Or?
I mean, I see a lot of there's a lot of good deals. I mean, a lot of these deals are region based, right? So there'll be some really great deals a few states away or across the country even, and kind of being able to leverage those to hone in on something local is always a win. So, whether or not they called that out of state deal, or that was something that was, put in automatically, using that to leverage something close, even 2 or 3 deals that are local, to let the client, pick what works best for them. It's a game changer. And like I said, a lot of these dealers, they'll have a deal right in their backyard, and just like my story, they can mess it all up. Like, you have somebody that's willing to do business local with you, and we unfortunately had to kill that deal.
So one of the last questions here is, what would you change about Delivered tomorrow? If you had the power, you had the authority to change something that we're doing at Delivered, or a benefit that we don't have currently, is there something that you would change? I know we ask this question a lot, but just in general, is there something you're like, hey, Tommy, we should do this better, we should implement this, we should add this benefit, whatever it is, the floor is yours. Yeah.
Sure. I think if there was anything, I don't know if I would change anything. I know that everything is we're scaling, so there's growing pains. They're real, but we have a great team who can manage and conquer the obstacles as they come around. If I could change anything tomorrow, I would say let the scaling be done, and let's already be huge. So that's the only thing. There's so many moving pieces. My work days go by faster than they ever have. So it's awesome, right? I know a lot of people probably say in the comments about, the starting pay, right? Why would you pay somebody so low? But at the end of the day, it's like, when these people start, Saturday rolls around, and I wake up and I have breakfast with my family, and I go outside and we go swimming and stuff in the mornings. And to the sales guys in here that bash that pay, like, all I have to say is, what are you guys doing on Saturday? Well, you guys, they're putting balloons out on their front line, hanging out in front of the dealership, waiting for a fresh up, talking to their friends about what they had for dinner the previous night. Like, it's the proof is here. We're like I said earlier, we're killing it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you coming on, James. I know that obviously you don't get to talk in front of stream. Hopefully we can do this more often. Is there anything else obviously I know you watch the streams, you hear that. Before you get off, the floor is yours. If there's anything in particular you want to say to the stream, to the audience, to everybody out there, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day.
No, it's all good. I appreciate being here. Thanks for having me. Hopefully next time we can do a video.
Yes, 1,000%.
Your Alani ad was on point earlier too.
Thank you. You know what? I try my best. Thank you so much, James. Let's keep working hard
Yeah.
here. I appreciate all the hard work you put in and the entire team. And thank you so much for being transparent.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Tommy. We'll talk soon.
Hey, no problem. Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, guys, and that is James. So if you guys don't know, James is one of our hires here at Delivered. James has been here. Shasha, give me the timeline. 5 months, 6 months, 4 months, 4 to 6 months, somewhere in that ballpark. I know Shasha's in the audience. She'll be able to tell me better. James might be able to as well. This is not somebody that's been rehearsed here, that's been here for 3 months. Jeez Louise. That is somebody that is, so we work on training our employees and get them to our team members and getting them to the point where they're getting learned fast, getting learned good. And that James only been here for 3 months. Starting pay for anybody is $72K. That is for any starting role is $72K here. I tried to ask basically every question that you guys answered. I wasn't trying to sugarcoat anything. We're going to do this once a week, right? 30 minutes. We're going to have the team come on, talk about something, or talk about a negotiation. So like right now, James, I really wanted to go through that story. Next week, we might have somebody that actually negotiated a car deal and we might break down their phone call, right? There's a lot of different things that we're going to be able to do, or a lot of people we're going to have on the team. The whole idea is just to make sure that we are trying to be as transparent on the business side as well. Thank you guys for being nice. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being nice. What do you look for in employees? Only want previous sales. So no, not everybody has previous car sales experience. Like Eric's in chat right now. Eric does not have any car sales experience at all. But I would say he's one of the most knowledgeable people on the team when it comes down to automobiles because he learned them for this role. You don't need to have auto experience. Rob doesn't have auto experience. Romana doesn't have auto experience. Amy doesn't have auto experience. There's a lot of people on the team that do not have auto experience, and there's some that do. There's pros and cons to that. But does Delivered advocate for or against extending the new car warranty? We basically tell you it's a peace of mind purchase that's a loss leader. So what that means by loss leader, sorry, that has negative EV. So what that means is that if you're going to buy it, you're probably never going to use it. Doesn't mean it's a bad investment. It means you have a good car. Romana is back. Yes. Really, really excited. Romana is back. Yes. Romana just started back with us last week. Really excited to have her back. Really, really pumped. Romana is super awesome. She's great for the team. We're really excited to have her. We're not doing motorcycles at all. I can tell you that will never happen at Delivered ever as long as I am the founder. Sorry. Why are you guys not helping with pre-owned vehicle purchases right now? 2 different reasons. I was reinventing that entire process, and then we just ended up having so much business that it didn't make sense for us to add. We don't need to add more business on right now. We have enough business coming in with new cars that everybody's taken care of. Everybody's plate's full. It doesn't make sense to add another product on because that's how people go for money grabs, and more importantly, that's how worse experiences happen. We're going to keep focusing on new cars for now, and then eventually we'll get into other things like used cars, boats, exotics, things like that. Any way to see if attractive people get better car deals? Well, I'm not very attractive, and I get the best car deals, so. With female versus male employees, do you see the difference in who is making deals more? Stereotype stuff? I mean, there's obviously a stereotype in the car industry that that unfortunately our team has to deal with on a daily basis. One of the examples, we had a team member that called on a Lexus deal that I had to call on after. Female versus male, I was treated dramatically different. Actually, I might have been treated worse because of the way I treated them back because I wasn't happy with how they treated Shalasha at the time. But I would say general rule of thumb is we don't notice a difference in results. So they might have to deal with some negative stereotypes, but the results that they get end up being just as good, if not better, than their counterparts. I have not seen like a direct correlation of one versus the other. Any plans on doing RVs? Yes. That is on the bucket list. Bucket list. Need a Raptor R antimatter blue, 15K over MSRP. How do I do this? Hire me in my profile page. Go to my website. How do you work with clients that want hard to find vehicles? It depends what vehicle will talk to you first. What is the biggest surprise to you as your business has grown? Scaling is the hardest thing that you've ever going to do ever, and it's not worth it unless you really want to change an industry. Like scaling is one of those things that everybody's like, oh my gosh, you got to do it because you become a really big company. The reality of scaling is you are going to make less money, more work, more stress, more responsibility, more risk. And I want to change this industry. I love what I do, but a lot of people say scale equals money. You know, I was talking to Russ Flipswips, and he's like, I want to scale all these companies so I can sell them and make millions and millions of dollars. I think the best way, if you want to just make a profitable business, is make a lifestyle business. And it would make more sense for Deliverr to do 50 deals a month, me have an assistant that negotiates most of them, and then me just do social media 3 days a week. But I have this crazy goal that I just can't get out of my head, that I want to reinvent this industry and change a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And because of that, the only way we do that is scaling. At what rate do you decline clients? I want you to buy my next car. And we decline you if you're not a good fit. 50% is normally the number that we are pretty close to. Why no motorcycle deals? I had a friend that was at high school that ended up getting in an accident that he's no longer here with us. So it was not his fault, and I don't want to put other people in motorcycles. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Same from our end too, yeah. Team's on the same page there. Are there deals in the Yukon XL Denali Ultimate right now? Yes. Boats, yes. Okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick, and then we're going to make a few phone calls. And then it's going to be a little shorter of a stream today. That's the kind of goal, but I do want to make some phone calls. 1 second. Now we're going to make some phone calls. Are you guys ready for the phone calls? I got some fun phone calls today, okay? Ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay, guys. So what we are going to do is I'm going to pull up the deal. Thank you so much, guys. Also, if any one of you recorded it, I kind of blacked out, not going to lie. Oh, just so you guys know, because I know people said this. None of that was pre-planned. We do, the only things that go through, just so you guys know, is I asked him 3 questions. I said, can you prepare the top 3 things that clients ask you in your role? Can you explain your role to the public? And can you tell one story? And then do a Q&A. So like that was the extent that I gave James, and James volunteered to do that. And that's going to be the idea. I'm not pre-planning this. We're not pre-rehearsing this. As you can see, I couldn't even get the tech to work. I just want you guys to hear from our team. One of the things that I really want to do is we're changing this industry, but I also believe that we should be, call me crazy, but I believe the way we're running business is the way that business should be run. And I want to show the car industry, you do not have to pay a commission on a gross plan in order to get good employees or good team members, right? I think it's a horrible way to run business. You end up having a dual work ethic for people, and it just doesn't make sense, right? So I want to have a world where I can show you guys how talented our team is and how good they are at their team. Again, that's 3 months in. James has been doing this for 3 months. How many people that if I interviewed a 3-month-old employee could go through and be able to speak that eloquently about their job? I mean, we see how many car salesmen up here that have been doing this for 5 years that can't even articulate why their business should exist. I said what I said. Okay, guys, we're going to make some phone calls. Let's make some phone calls. Great job, James. Everybody, let's give one last round of applause for James being on here. James is one of our client advocates. We call him internally a presenter role because they are presenting the deals. to the clients. We have our, well, we, call our Disney speak. I don't even think I use the word Disney, be careful. But we have our internal speak, which we call them presenters internally, but they're client advocates. Bada boom, bada bing. Let us go through. We're going to make some phone calls. Now, today, guys, there's not going to be a lot of phone calls. I'm not streaming for 6 hours today. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But what we are going to do is make some phone calls on... If I can find where my phone calls from today are. Negotiation calls, and okay, I don't have those. I should have them from yesterday. I don't know where my car deals this week. Okay, thank you. I found them. Found them. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to call on a fun one, an ecstatic one, and a deal that they're probably going to know who I am. This is not, we're probably not going to be able to hide who we are today, guys. I'd rather give you $5 for no reason than walk into a dealership. I'll walk into a dealership for $5. Sold. Okay, this client wants a Sonic Gray car. Can anybody guess the car? Did I say the car already? I don't know if I said the car already. Can anybody guess what car we're looking for here? We're looking for a Sonic Gray car in Florida. Did I already say it? Did I already say it? Hello, Governor. Okay. You guys ready for the intro? This is going to be a short video. You ready? Boom. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? That is the question that I get asked in chat every... I'm just kidding. That's not... Do we consider it a one-take Tommy if it took me more than one take because I was doing a joke? I don't know. I'm going to redo it, right? Why do dealerships think the Civic Type R is worth $5,000 to $10,000 of markup? It boggles my mind. This car is to the point where dealerships are communicating with each other to make sure that nobody sells it without markup. It is insane. Today, we're going to be negotiating on a Honda Civic Type R in one of the most hostile markets in the country, the Southeast. Our goal is to get this car for MSRP. Now, dealerships are going to swear up and down that this is a hard-to-get car, and they only get 1 or 2 per year. Even though I'm negotiating with these same dealerships 17 times a year because they have so many of these cars coming in. Is this car a limited stock? Yes. Does the LA market have 48 of them just sitting on the ground waiting? Yes. Is every dealership still trying to get $10,000 above MSRP? Yes. This is not an issue of supply and demand. This is hoping that a sucker walks in and pays for the price. But guess what? Here at Delivered, we're not suckers. Let's negotiate this car deal. Dude, I am so good at this. Sorry. As much as a woodchuck could chuck wood, if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Yeah. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chuck a wood? Okay, we're going to make some phone calls here. We're going to be calling in the great state. Can anybody guess the state? Because it's not California. I'll warn you right now. It's not California. I can't even make this one up. I got to call this dealership. There's no way this is real. I'm going to click on the website. There's no way this is real. Okay, guys. So right now, we are going to go through it, and they're going to know who I am. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to hide it. I'm just going to say who I am. I'm going to flex the big gun. I don't think I can say that word. I'm going to flex. I'm going to flex the muscles. Zip code is Port Lucie. 953. Okay. Now, I want everybody to sit back, relax. Here, we're going to have a short stream. I need you guys just to do me a favor. I need you guys to like the stream if you haven't. If you're here and you're watching, I just need you to subscribe. And if you could just do me a favor. If you could share this stream to your best friend from high school that you've thought of a few times over the last few years, but you're like, I wonder what they're doing. And you've been like, maybe I should find a way to reconnect with this person because they're probably doing great. And we used to hang out every single Friday night, but you haven't found a way to rekindle, but you want to give them good quality advice. So you're sharing this stream and saying nothing else. If they respond, they're a good person. If they don't respond, guess what? They shouldn't be in your life. Let's make some phone calls. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Make some phone calls. Now, if you're one of the people that just reached this stream because somebody shared it from you, I appreciate. The person who shared it doesn't like you at all and no longer wants to talk to you ever again.
This call may be recorded and reviewed by our quality assurance associates or software.
Thank you for calling Honda of South Miami. This call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. For service, press 1. For sales, press 2. For parts,
Vianney with Honda South Miami. How may I help you?
Hi, can I speak to new car sales?
Sure. This is a sales department.
So nice
I
to
can
meet
help you. This new and used cars.
New and used. I'm looking for the new one. I just want to see if you guys have a car available.
Sure, I can totally help you with that. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name's Tommy.
Nice to meet you, Tommy. I'm Vianney. Do you have that stock number by any chance?
I do. It is X as in X-ray 001703.
A Type R 2026?
Civic Type R front-wheel drive. That is correct.
Yes, sir. We do have these vehicles available. I'm assuming you were calling for the pricing or just
Yeah.
checking availability?
Yeah. First off, availability. The second is please call for price and get the exclusive price in the pink the button type thing. Wasn't giving me a price, so I'm calling in.
Okay, yes. So these for these specific vehicles, it's typically just the only vehicle that we do this for. We prefer to give in-house pricing since the vehicle is, you know, our sports car. Do you think you have availability today to pass by?
No, I'm confused. Do sports cars normally have pricing in store?
It's for this car and then the Preludes that we give in-house pricing. So the exclusive pricing, it's what we typically honor in-house. For any other car, we don't mind unless it is out of state. But if you are local, we would love if you can come in and we can give you a breakdown of the number in person.
Yeah, I mean we're in Port Lucie, but like I guess I'm just confused. Like it says please call for price, so I'm calling, and now you're telling me please come in for price.
Yes, sir. That's how we go for the Type R. But if you don't mind, I'll just place you on a quick hold and try to get you a manager if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll talk to the manager. I'm just not sure you Karen. I'm just confused.
Not a problem. So sorry about that. I'll put you on
No,
a
you're good.
brief hold.
Guys, remember, people are willing to pay for. Remember, you should pay more for this experience. That's what people are saying. This is the experience that car salespeople believe that you should be paying for. Not just a product, you're paying for the experience.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm doing just wonderful. How are you?
Good. Doing well. So my name is Farhan, one of the managers here. How can I help you?
I was just trying to get the pricing on the Civic Type R.
On the Civic Type R. Okay, so I think another manager, they just emailed you a price, right?
No, nobody emailed me a price. They called in to get the price because it said, please call for the price. And then I talked to the lady. She said, it's exclusive pricing, but I have to come in for it. Now I'm talking to you.
Perfect. Okay, so in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to send you This is your phone number, right? The one that we have here. It is
That is, yeah, correct.
Okay, perfect. So, do you have an email when we can send the price?
I just prefer if you text it to me. That'd be better.
Okay, text. Okay, perfect. So I think we have we need to send the link to. He have sent the text, right? Okay. So we're gonna send a text and just click yes, and then we can communicate by text.
Okay, so texting is easier than the phone call. So calling to enable the text, and then you just text me instead of calling. Is that the best way? Sorry, new here.
Okay, so can you repeat your name again?
My name's Tommy.
Tommy. Okie dokie. So in 5 minutes we're gonna send you. Okay. Just give me 5
Okay,
minutes.
I haven't got a text from you guys yet. Is that normal? Hello?
Okay. Yes. It's a normal one. Yes. It's just you're ready to. So that way we can communicate by text.
I love the experience. Hello?
Okay, so we're good. So now I can send it to the text one. I'm gonna send you by order.
Okay, so you're just gonna text it to me, and then do I call back later, or like what's the next? Sorry, this is.
Yeah. 5 minutes we're gonna send you the bias order. If you like it, so you just make it call back.
Okay, so 5 minutes, you're gonna text it to me. If I like it, I call back, and if I don't, I guess I call back either way. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, it was good talking to you.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Okay.
Remember, everybody, we're paying for the experience, right? We're paying for it. Remember, guys, I want to be super clear. As consumers out there, you have to understand you're not buying a car, you're buying the experience. And I want to be super clear. That is the experience, right? And dealerships think you should pay more for that. Because something about the relationships, and I cherry pick phone calls. Yep, that's what happens. Apparently, I cherry pick the phone calls. That was phone call number 1. Most dealerships are great. That was just, guys, I've heard this before. Most dealerships are awesome. Most dealerships are awesome. I had to know how to navigate through, but don't worry. The next one is going to be awesome. Let's just go 50%. Let's just go 50%. This dealership is not also advertising a price. I'm curious. Oh, they are. If I click cash and I found the secret buttons. Let's see if this dealership is honoring MSRP like they say on their website. If this is MSRP, it's a good deal.
To provide the very best service, this call may be recorded.
Thank you for calling the Coral Springs Auto Mall. You will be directed to an agent shortly. This call is being recorded for quality and training purposes.
It's a beautiful day here at Coral Springs Honda. This is Emily speaking.
Hey, are you new car sales?
Yes.
Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, I just wanted to see if you guys have a car available.
Yes, let me double check for you. Did you have a stock number for me?
I do. It's T as in Texas, X as in Exus, 001994.
Perfect. Let me see. You said TX00194?
Yeah, T as in Tom, X as in X xylophone, or just Texas, TX.
I'm not seeing it. What was the car?
It's a Honda Civic Type R.
We have 3 available.
Okay.
We have 2 of them are in transit, and 1 of them is here. The blue one is here.
Okay, the blue one is here, but you guys have a Sonic Gray on the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Sonic gray one.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me see. And what was your name?
My name's Tom.
Tom. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go double check with my manager really quick to see when this one is supposed to be landing so I can have a date for you.
Okay,
And to
that'd
make
be
sure
great.
that it wasn't pre-sold. Okay. And did you want to come and check out the other one, or you just want to wait for this one to land?
I've already driven it. I already know I want it.
Oh,
So
okay.
if it's available, I just want to get some pricing and see if we can maybe put a deposit down or something.
Okay. All right, perfect. So I'll have him reach out to you.
Okay, so I will talk to somebody else.
Yes, my manager.
Oh,
'Cause he
okay.
can
So
go
the
over all the
manager's the one
pricing and
that
everything.
talk to.
Yeah.
I don't need to be a Karen or anything. I don't need the manager if it doesn't make sense. But if that's who I talk to, that's who I talk to.
Yes, of course. He's the one who's going to get you the best deal on the pricing and everything.
Awesome. And he's going to call me back.
Yeah, I'm going to give him your information right now.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Right, no problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So this is where, like, wait, why is my thing? Okay, this is where I think I disagree, and I think some car salesmen, I think a lot of car salesmen be like, well, that was a pretty good phone call. She was nice. I don't disagree that she was nice, but I don't think that was a good phone call at all. Why am I calling to ask about inventory on your website, and you don't know if it's available or when it's there? Why does she not have the resources available to be able to answer that question? That's a pretty common question, like, that you're going to get asked. And don't try to be like, hey, Tommy, you're the only one asking. That's not true. Everybody who calls is asking, hey, I want to see if this car, I saw a car on your website. You guys still have it, right? That's like the number one reason why people are calling. And what's the price? So like this, and now I have to wait. Remember, I'm paying for this experience. I am paying for this experience. As the dealership say, you pay more for the value you see. So the value I'm getting is now I have to wait for a manager that I've never met to call me. Now, here's interesting. This is interesting. I got a text. How quickly did I get off that phone? Somebody give me a time. When did I get off that phone? Maybe. Okay, let's just see.
Hey Tom, it's Emily from Coral Springs Honda. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My direct number here is 95.
Not gonna say that one. She gave me a 10-second video putting a face to the name. I just feel like that's like, okay, it was 10 seconds. So she filmed the video immediately after the phone call. I don't mind. That's something that's better than nothing, I guess. But I'm not dealing with Emily. So like, why do I get her experience, right? Like, I appreciate it, but like I'm going to be talking to a manager. So why do I need to know Emily's face? I gotta give this person my zip code. 1 second. And again, some people are going to be like, Tommy, this is super small. Tommy, you're being over dramatic. It's like, this person's asking for $50,000, right? It's like, this is a $50,000 purchase. The experience should be tailored to the person trying to spend 50 grand. Just my idea. Just my thoughts. Okay, let's make I guess a third. We haven't got numbers yet, and we haven't got a phone call from the manager. So I would say I'm 2 for 2 and just not good experiences. I'm not saying the second experience was bad, but I definitely don't. I wouldn't say it's like, oh my God, this person's amazing. Let me give them, as people are saying, a shout out based on how great their experience is. Mid to say the least, right? So let's call it third dealership.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Thank you for calling Bremen Honda. How may I help you?
Can I speak to new car sales?
Yes, can I ask what it's regarding?
Car buying, new.
Okay, you're in the market?
Yes.
Okay, give me one moment. Can I have your name?
Tom.
Tom?
Tom.
Okay, give me one moment. I'm going to put you on a brief hold, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for a Civic Type R in Sonic Gray in California. So if anybody's bored and want to follow along to make sure, somebody wants to fact check me to make sure, because some people make an argument that I cherry pick, right? Like I know secretly who the bad dealers are. I can't share my screen right now. I've been trying. It's not been a good success. But just I want like you can go and do the visor search yourself and see I'm calling every dealer.
That's a great day at Bremen Honda. Anthony speaking.
Hey, I just wanted to see if you guys have a car in stock.
Yes, Tommy. What's the vehicle?
I have a stock number if that helps.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if it's on. What's the stock number?
261761.
261761.
Yep.
Just give me a few. It's pulling up. Let me just confirm. It's an incoming Type R.
That's it.
Yeah, how can I help?
So I just wanted to see what your guys' pricing was on it.
You know how the Type R is, man, and I understand what you do, and I'm probably one of the few guys that'll say that I like what you do. Just let me talk to the GM, man, and see what's the pricing. What are you looking for exactly on the Type R?
Man, I'd love to be
MSRP?
500 off MSRP or MSRP.
I got you, Tommy.
Easy peasy. Let's just do a deal. They're in your backyard.
And it's just for this color?
Yeah.
What's the number to reach you?
This phone number, the...
All right, we don't have to give anything additional?
Nope. Yeah. Customers in Port Lucie, so they're like a hop and a skip away.
Yeah. All righty. Man, I want to get in with you, man. So let's try to see if we can make this one work.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome,
so
man.
give me
I
about
love it.
like
Let's rock
5
on.
minutes. I'll call you back.
That sounds good.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so like third experience, I got recognized. So we have two bad experiences. Reception was rough, and then third one where I'm recognized, where they might give me the deal because I'm delivered. Like on the contrary, I don't even advertise. I say everybody can do what I do, but like this is like a scenario where this might be a world where we might have got numbers from a dealer. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had to call the first dealer back. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we got some markup here. Not as big of markup as I thought, actually. They have $19.95 in accessories and $19.01 of market adjustment. $4,000 above sticker. So I guess I call them back.
To provide the very best service, this call may be recorded.
I'm sorry, you can't leave a message because the person you called has a voicemail box that hasn't been set up yet.
So now what? Do I just call this dealer? Like, I'm confused, like, what the next step of their process was. They told me to call back once I got the
To
numbers.
provide the very best service, this call may be recorded.
Thank you for calling Honda of South Miami. This call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. For service, press 1. For sales, press 2.
Honda South Miami, Lewis speaking. How may I help you?
Hey, Lewis. I was speaking to one person, and then I was speaking to another person. I think Ragel, maybe. I'm unsure, but I just got numbers on a car, and I was calling. They told me to call once I got the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see where Rogel is. Give me just one moment. I'm sorry.
Sounds good. I want to remind you guys, you are paying for this experience. Remember, this experience is what car salespeople believe that you are willing to pay for. Boom, 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 boom. Remember, you're paying for it. Hopefully, you guys are all like, oh, yeah, I'd pay for this experience. This is great. Love it. This person really thought. Can't hear the music? Joke's on you. Good breathing time. Everything's situational. What are my goals? Who are they? What will it take to persuade them? She didn't realize how good she was getting. Halfway through the course, she wrote me a note. Professor Diamond, I'm very frustrated. I've done what you've said. I've learned the negotiation tools. I've practiced the negotiation tools. I prepare for negotiations. I go in negotiations. Before I get used to everything, they say yes. How do I practice more? Persistence. You must consider deeper motivation. Find out how they make commitments. This was discussed in Chapter 2. I didn't read Chapter 2.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to one of our managers, okay?
Oh, awesome. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Just give me one moment to transfer you.
Okay. Some races are better at sports than others. Well, what? Whoa! I just turned to this page.
Thank you for calling Honda of South Miami. This is Shayla speaking. How may we assist you today?
Oh, Shayla, I was talking to Ragel, now I'm talking to Shayla. Okay, do you know what's going on with my thing?
Hi, Tommy. Yes. How are you today?
I am doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry about that. Rohel got a little bit tied up, but I know that you were calling back regarding that pricing that we sent you over. Is that right?
Yes, I just had some questions on it.
Yeah, go ahead. I have the proposal right in front of me. How can I assist you today?
Okay, so let's just start off with what is the accessories?
Okay, so the accessories include the accessories already come included in this particular vehicle. I'll give you the breakdown of what it includes. Give me one sec.
Sure.
Give me one sec. I'll tell you right now what this one comes with in particular. Okay, so for this particular for the Type R, what the accessories includes in the car, it's the exterior paint protection. It also includes it includes multiple things. It also includes the road hazard tire repair, roadside assistance, customer welcome kit, interior fabric protection, stolen vehicle assistance, collision credit, and lastly, customer mobile app. That's what's all included in the accessories for the Type R.
Okay, so what is the customer welcome kit?
So the customer welcome kit, pretty much it's a premium kit that comes with the Type Rs, and it's a travel size kit. So pretty much it just includes like extra accessories for you to maintain the interior pretty much like clean.
Okay, so it's a cleaning kit, like for the inside, the outside.
Mostly for the inside, but you can use it for the outside too if that's what you like. But it's pretty much a travel size kit that comes inside the vehicle.
Kind of like a
That pretty much
purse
keeps
for cleaning
not
equipment.
like a purse, but it just gives you a travel kit to maintain the interior like really nice.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then
Mhm.
you said there's a mobile app. I get a mobile app.
Yeah, that one also includes the mobile app, which you pretty much can control the vehicle from right there from your phone.
Oh, is that something you guys made?
It's like it's a Honda app that's included not for every customer, but for the Type R customer, it's included. So pretty much, it provides instant assistance and program benefits. Like for example, you can control your turn on and off the car. You can go ahead and control the garage, things like that. Put the
Okay,
windows
and
up
this is
and down.
different than the App Store app that I'm looking at that says free download. Is it like a different
It's
one?
the same app, but
Oh.
usually for certain customers, it comes with a subscription. But since you're buying the Type R, it already comes included in it.
Oh, but I'm paying for it.
Right. It comes included, but every Type R customer has to pay for it.
Oh, okay, it's mandatory.
Correct. Mandatory. That's the right word. Thank you.
Okay, and how long do I get this app for?
So this one is pretty much, if you decide to buy the car cash, you have it always.
Forever. It's a lifetime subscription to the app.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So just walking down. Okay. That all lines up. What documentation fee for $1,298? That's a high number. What do I get for the documentation fee?
So documentation fees are dealer fee.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like that doesn't explain what the doc fee. I'm confused.
Yeah. So the doc fee is our dealer fee. So
So
once
I'm
you
paying
purchase the
$1,298 just to have like permission to do business with you. Is that kind of like the idea?
No, not permission. It's the dealer fee. It's a mandatory dealer fee that every dealership has, and that's pretty much what's included in the price. So our particular dealer fee is $1,298.
But I paid just $1,298 because you guys are a dealer, and that's what every dealer does. There's not like I'm not getting anything for that. It's just like a fee they had to pay to work with the dealer.
Yeah, every dealer, correct. Every dealer has a dealer fee. So ours is the $1,298.
Okay, so if I like bought the car from Honda and skipped the dealer, would I like not pay the fee?
No, I mean, regardless, you're gonna have to buy the car through a dealership. There's no way that you can buy it directly through Honda. So every dealership has a set dealer fee, and ours is $1,298.
Got it. Okay, that pays for the dealership. Okay. So then there's an electronic title filing fee of $598. What's that?
Yeah, so the electronic fee, it's pretty much the required fee that every customer also has to pay up front that
Okay.
process all the right documents for us to be able to register the car for you.
Awesome. Okay, so
And with the bank.
documentation fee does that electronic filing registers the car for. Then okay, maybe call me stupid here. Then what's the $500 license fee?
Yeah, so great question. So as you can see in the proposal that we sent you, I don't know if you see it there,
I'm
you
looking
can see
at
the license fee and transfer fee. So
Yeah,
we
I
went
see.
ahead and
I was going to ask
included
the
you.
next question. So the $598, the $500, and then $250 transfer fees. Sorry, continue.
No, you're okay. Don't worry about it. So it's gonna be either or. So the license fee, it's if you get a new tag, and then the transfer fee, it's if you decide to transfer your personal tag onto the new car. You're not gonna pay for both. It's gonna be either or.
Oh, you guys just list them both,
Correct. Yeah.
and you don't put a or. You
It's
just like okay.
yeah.
It's
Once
interesting
you
you list them
once you
both
make
rather
that
than just like the
decision.
higher one.
Yeah, we went ahead and included both. You do not have to pay for both of them, of course. So if you decide to just put a brand new tag just because you feel like it, it's going to
Yeah.
be the 500. But if you decide to transfer it on your own, if you have your own personal tag, then it's going to be the 250.
Yeah, and one maybe one or two more questions. I appreciate you being so detailed here. The last thing is a PTA fee, which I don't ever have to pay to go to a PTA meeting, so I'm a little confused. Like, do I have to be at meetings? Like, what's the PTA fee of $189?
Yeah, no worries. I know that you're probably confusing it with PTA from school.
Yeah.
So the PTA, pretty much, it's preparation time. preparation, title, and administration fee. Pretty much it's the process. So in our specific dealership, we have an internal how do I say, in an internal system through the DMV where you pretty much we process everything for you. So
Like
instead of you going directly
electronically?
through, correct, yes, through the
Oh,
DMV
okay.
and through pretty much the state. So that's
Got
kind
it.
of
So there's
what
an
that fee
electronic
includes.
system that you guys are filing with, and that's the PTA fee.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and and again, I'm not questioning it. I'm just making sure I'm on the same page. So there's the $12.98 documentation fee because you guys are a dealer and you guys exist. But then I pay the electronic titling fee or the filing fee for $598, which is for the registration, the license fee because I need new plates, and then I paid the PTA fee of $189 to electronically file the thing that was also charged $598 for. But this is a different electronic system.
Correct. So, okay, let me explain a little bit better. So, the electronic filing fee, that's the fee that we're also required to charge every customer. So, once you go ahead and go in through finance, we process all the required documentations through our internal system, right? That's separate, and then the PTA, it's directly with the DMV, which we also handle internally here. So typically, every dealership works differently. Typically, sometimes the dealership doesn't work directly with the DMV, so they'll have to do separate and sometimes charge even more for customers if they don't work hand in hand with the DMV. But with us, since we already have an internal relationship with the DMVs here in Florida or the state of Florida, we go ahead and deduct that specific fee, but we charge it internally to every customer. So that's hence where the $189 came in.
You guys deduct the fee out of the electronic. So the electronic titling fee is normally like $800, but you guys are giving me a break, and you guys just split it up in two different spots, huh?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes.
Oh.
Typically, if you do it on your own, when you're registering your own car, it typically tends to be more. But because we do everything here internally, we just charge you that $189 fee. And for example, let's say that you make your personal call, like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to transfer my own tag. I'm just going to get a brand new spanking one. Then in that case, that's kind of like where the PTA also comes in hand. Because we already gave you a brand new. We give you a brand new, like we print and actually make a brand new tag for you. You don't have to go through the DMV to receive that. We do everything internal.
Okay, and just to clarify, if I wanted to just register it in Florida myself, and I wouldn't pay the state taxes, the electronic fee, the license fee, the transfer fee, the PTA fee, or the other fees if I just decide to register it myself and not have you guys handle it if I do it myself?
No, so you're not able to do it by yourself. We do all of that internally here.
Oh, okay. I can't
Yeah.
just I can't buy the car from the manufacturer. I gotta buy it from you guys, and then I can't register the car myself. I gotta do it through you guys, but you guys are giving me a
Correct.
deal on it, and I would pay more if I
Correct.
did it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you guys have the 1995 and accessories, and then just the one last question. Then there's a market adjustment on there of 1901. What's that?
1901. Okay, let me see. I'll tell you right now. Give me one moment, Tommy. I actually don't know myself. Let me go ahead and confirm with the manager that did it really quick. Would you mind if I put you on a brief hold?
Of course.
Awesome. Thank you. I will hate to give you the wrong info, so give me a sec.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, guys, you're paying for this experience. Remember, people are willing to pay for this experience because this is really valuable. And somebody's going to be like, hey, Tommy, you know all these things. Yep.
There?
I am.
Hello?
So sorry. Yep.
No, you're okay. Sorry about that. So, just so I can explain that to you, I was a little confused myself too. So typically for the Type Rs, for example, they come with a specific MSRP, which on the deal it says $49,644. Now, for the Type Rs, just so you know, there is a little bit of a different market because Type Rs are so rare. there is a market adjustment to them on top of the MSRP, hence why it says 1,901 there.
Okay, so just to clarify, $1,901 markup plus $1,995 accessories. The car is rare. I can't buy the car from the manufacturer. I have to buy it from the dealership. So I pay that $1,298 for you guys to exist. And then I pay $598 in electronic titling fees. I pay $500 in license fee. You're telling me you're going to waive the $250 transfer fee. Then I pay $189 PTA fee to electronically file the car. And that's to register the car, plus the $3,387 in tax. But I can't do that myself either, but it would be more expensive for me to do it myself. It'd probably realistically be more expensive for me to buy this car from the manufacturer, right? They'd probably charge even more, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah. And the only thing that, Tommy, I want you to keep in mind, I mean, you're calling from Port St. Lucie. I'm pretty sure that you know that there's not a lot of Type Rs on the way right now. So, you know, this is the price that we have going on for the Type R, and it's the only one that we have in stock or incoming too. So I'm not sure if that's that pricing that you were looking for. I'm not sure what we can do to help earn your business today.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, for you to earn my business, I think we'd have to be more of a fair price. I appreciate you saying there's none available. I've called 3 different dealers, all had it available. Call me crazy. I don't know where a business exists, so I should pay a $1,298 fee. I don't understand a $598 electronic fee that I also pay $189 for. The idea that you guys are paying $700-800 to use a system for Florida just doesn't seem right. $500 to get new plates doesn't seem, I mean, none of this seems right. I would have to be $7-8 grand less than this. I mean, realistically, you have so many crazy fees, add-ons. Let's just say $6 grand to make it easier. Like, I mean, this is insane.
Okay, I completely understand. Well, Tommy, let me ask you, what was the price that you were looking for? Maybe I can go ahead and talk to my GM to see if there's any more room that I have for this specific Type R.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this, and it's just how I see it as a consumer. I see the $1,901 as profit that you guys are just adding on. I see the $1,995, this app that you're telling all the stuff. I see that as profit. I see the $1,298 as profit. Electronics, I just see it as so like I wouldn't want to pay for, like, I'll pay my taxes and I'll pay for whatever the registration is. We can go in and I'll give you guys, you know, $500 to register the car because I'm feeling generous, but like that should pay for the people to do the registration. I don't know why it costs $1,298 plus $598 plus $500 plus $189 plus $7.50 to register the car, plus the $3,387.50 to actually pay for taxes. I'm just confused.
No worries. I completely understand. So let me ask Tommy. I'll go ahead and talk to my GM now after he's, or actually the manager that had given you the price after he's done with that customer that he has.
You can't do that as the manager.
No, I'll go ahead and do it. The only thing is that typically for the Type Rs, I'm usually not the one that provides the price, but it's okay. Regardless, I'll go ahead and make the adjustments and go ahead and verify if I'm able to do that price. If I'm able to, for example, Tommy, if I'm able to talk to my GM and see if I'm able to negotiate on your behalf for the accessories, and if we can remove them completely, would you do business with us today?
The accessories, the market adjustment, the dock fee down to $500, the electronic fee removed, the license fee, I'll pay whatever the actual license fee is, and no PTA fee. Yeah.
Okay. So just so we're on the same page, Tommy, unfortunately with the fees, there's nothing that I can do there. The only sort of adjustment I can do is either the license or the transfer tag. That's pretty much the only adjustments I can do when it comes to the fees. Selling price, I have a little bit more leverage to kind of play around with the numbers. I'll go ahead and see if I can do something about the accessories for you. But when it comes to the fees, the only one that I can make somewhat of an adjustment would be either the license fee or the transfer tag. Are you planning on getting a new tag?
Yeah, I need a new tag, correct.
Okay, cool. So the pricing that we're going to resend you, if I'm able to confirm if I'm able to do it, I'm going to go ahead and send you one without the transfer fee so you have a little bit more of clear understanding. And let me see what I can do in reference to the accessories, okay?
Yeah, but I'm not willing to, just so we're clear, like, I appreciate you saying you can't do anything on them, but like, you're just moving the profit round, right? Like, you're just like adding all these markups and saying, well, there's only a 1901 a markup, but you have accessories, you have markup adjustment. I don't want to pay the markup adjustment either. If you can't remove the dock fee, that's fine. Let's just discount the car more, I guess. But like this, I'm confused, right? I don't know what I'm gaining working with a dealership, but I can't buy the car from the manufacturer. So like, I feel like this is just a tax to talk to you. Like it was not you, but the dealership. And I'm confused like what I gain with a dealership being in the middle.
Understood. No worries. Well, let me see what I can go ahead and do. Give me a couple of minutes. I will personally work on that pricing for you, and then I'll go ahead and give you a quick call back momentarily. Would you be available in the next couple of minutes? Maybe like 15, 20 minutes?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I should be here.
Okay, cool, perfect. Let me see what I can do for you today, Tommy. If we're able to come to an agreement, when were you looking to finalize the deal?
Today.
Okay, gotcha. So I know that you mentioned that you're also working with other dealerships too. Did they also go ahead and provide you with pricing?
You were the first dealer I called. I hadn't got that far.
Okay, no worries. All right, give me a couple of minutes. Let me see what I can do, and I'll give you a call back. Okay, my name is Shayla. I'm one of the sales managers.
So, okay, so you're one of the sales, but you don't control the pricing on this car. That has to go higher up.
I do control the pricing, but typically, for any sort of like movement on the pricings for the Type R, I need to get additional approval for that.
Got it.
Any other cars, I can do it myself, but typically the Type Rs, yeah.
General manager, and then okay, got it. Okay, I'm just trying to keep everybody in track.
No worries, no worries. Give me a couple of minutes, okay, Tommy?
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye. If you guys don't know who I am, hi, my name's Tommy. I negotiate car deals for a living. My goal is to save you time, energy, and anxiety. I save you money, but that's a byproduct. I charge a flat fee of $1,000. Now you might say, Tommy, is there going to be electronic titling fee, a PTA fee? No, we just charge $1,000. And some people might be, Tommy, that's crazy. Well, you could pay a $1,298 doc fee. You could pay a electronic title fee of $598, then a PTA fee to do the electronic titling fee of $198, and then a transfer fee of $250 and a registration fee of $500. But if I didn't ask about that, they were only going to charge me one, but they added both on there. But if I didn't ask about that, I promise you they would have been honest about it. Then the $19.95 in accessories plus the $19.01 of market adjustment. But remember, paying for the experience. So if you would rather pay for that experience, by all means, go for it. Rock and roll. Like that's what you do. That's the first phone call of the day. But if you're like, hey, Tommy, I would rather you deal with all of this because I value my sanity, my time, my energy. By all means. Notice this entire time, I didn't say it was a money-saving service because you can do this on your own. I don't got a magic wand. I got a wand. I'm gonna, and there's a little thing on it, like little light, but it's just plastic, guys. It's not magic. It's not like, it's just a wand. Anybody can do this. You just got to put the time in. People don't want to put this time in because people don't want to have that phone call. Because I promise you, if I played that phone call back to anybody in existence, nobody can defend that. And I highly encourage, I will pay somebody $1,000 if they can convince any customer that any of those fees are legitimate. If you can actually tell me you're doing $3,000 of value, a $1,298 doc fee, a $598 electronic titling fee, and if you can say, hey, Tommy, let me show you why all of these fees are worth it, I'll pay you $5,000. DM me. But you can't. $1,000 fee for me, but some people are going to try to sell. Billy the Car Kid charges $800. Yep. It's a different service, different experience. Dude, you can keep spamming. Hey, guys, just so you guys know, Car Edge charges, I think, $8.99, and they go on discount all the time. Billy has multiple employees. He does. I never once have promised to be the cheapest. I promise to be the best. That is what we've guaranteed. That's what we promise. We have 5 people working on your deal at any given time. You only talk to 2 of them. You have multiple people negotiating your deal. You got an app that's dedicated to your experience where you can actually see all of the client. Let me show you. Just I was talking to a dealer. I was talking to a random person that was hating like that person last night. I want to show you guys something that I think is pretty cool. This client. This is just one random client they picked up. This client had this many offers they got to pick from. And this is just the rejected offers, right? You can see this from yesterday at 11:29 because I was arguing with a troll. This client rejected all. So these are the amount of offers they had that they could look at. And they vary, right? There's 38, boom, boom, boom. Look at all these dealerships. They got to look at all these offers and say, okay, based on everything you've given me, I can now make an educated decision, right? There's no other person in the world that's going out and putting this much detail, letting our clients see that experience. It's a client app, right? They can go through and actually go through. The dealership has that go through. We have 5 people working on a deal. You guys got to meet James earlier. You're going to meet more and more people on the team. I will tell you 1,000%, I've never once promised to be the cheapest. I promised to be the best, and I've never changed my pricing from day one, and I believe $1,000 worth it. But by all means, if you want to use any other service, you certainly can. That is the beauty of competition. We got another sheet, guys. I don't know if this dealership's going to want to play ball, but let's call them. This is the dealership that recognized me. I don't think they're going to play ball.
Hey, Tommy.
Hi, I got your numbers.
Yeah, I spoke to the GM, and we know the Type R situation.
Man, I will tell you, there's one phone call I have every day, which is the Type R situation, but I always get them for MSRP at the worst case scenario every single time. I've never once been a markup.
I know. I know.
But,
yeah, no. At the end of the day, because if it were up to me, we would have already signed them. But then again, I don't run the store, so.
No worries, man.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him again.
So I'm not going to beat you up on live on it, but just $2,800 above MSRP is just not going to happen.
You think they'll split, or you're just going to keep calling around for?
I get MSRP. I'll get MSRP all day. Like I literally do 5 to 10 of these a month, and I get MSRP.
Fuck. I know, man. I see your videos, man. I follow you on TikTok, so trust me. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm one of the few, but I like what you do, man. So.
No, I
don't knock
it, man. Join our app and get some more
there's
deals,
a lot of people.
This one's not going to work.
No, this is my cell, man. If you have anything else on any other car, bro, I'm with the market. So those 5, 6, 10% discounts that you get, we match that over here. So
okay, perfect, man.
If you have anybody local,
yeah,
stuff like that, I look forward to working with you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye. Remember, I've called 3. So this dude's job is just to harass works for theoretical car deals. No. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Tommy. I negotiate car deals for a living. We do over 400 deals a month. The only deals I'm calling for are people who have paid us money. So somebody has paid us money in Florida to get this car for them. I'm not hypothetically calling you on a theoretical deal. I'm calling you on a real client ready to buy a car. What does the price include? We negotiate the price of the car, the trade, the add-ons, the accessories, financing, trade, shipping if we need to ship. We negotiate every piece of the deal. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, make sure you know what experience you get. You'll get to see all the deals, right? That's what James does earlier. So you guys talking about what James does. James walks our clients through all the deals. We don't make the decision. So why did I have this screenshotted, right? The reason why I had this screenshotted is I had a car salesman that did a deal with us. And they laughed at us, saying the deal they gave us wasn't that great. And they could have found a better deal if they went elsewhere. I showed him that we did show the client all those offers. Our client actually wanted to work with that dealership because they were local. Our clients make the decision what's best for them. I'm going to show you every option in the world. I'm going to show you what it would cost to ship a car from here. I'm going to show you what it would cost to buy a car in California. I'm going to show you every option possible. And then I'm going to weigh the pros and cons. I'm going to let you go and you make whatever decision is best for you and your family. This client wanted to shop local and was willing to pay more for it. And that's what James was saying earlier. 75% of our clients want to shop local if it makes sense. And the crazy thing is they just couldn't get their local dealer. That's the funny part is this client called this dealership, had such a bad experience, they called us to hire us just so we could mitigate and stop the process, and they were ecstatic. They were ecstatic. We negotiate with all dealerships. We don't have any relationships or anything along those lines. Dealers know who we are, but we will negotiate with any dealership in the country. I got you a Type R. I work at Honda. Where? MSRP, Sonic Gray? We're not doing used cars right now. So remember, Ohio, is it MSRP? I'll take the deal on MSRP and show it to the client. Who's blue? I need Sonic Gray. Okay, we got a few more phone calls we can do. Okay, guys, remember, I'm just calling every dealership that's here. Because people are saying, Tommy, you cherry pick. This is like a real comment that people get. I know you guys are watching live right now, but a lot of people are like, well, Tommy cherry picks the phone calls. I'm just calling every dealership that has this car. We're in the 4th dealership.
To provide the very best service, this call may be recorded.
Thank you for calling Honda of Fort Myers. Press 1 for service. Press 2 for sales.
Make sure you guys
Press
follow if you
3
guys
for
have it.
parts.
Make sure you guys follow. We do this 3 times a week.
Thank you for calling Honda of Fort Myers. This is Sarah.
Hi, are you in new car sales?
I am.
Okay, sorry, I can barely hear you. I apologize. I just want to see if you guys have a
No
car in stock.
worries. Can you hear me better?
Kinda, but it's still really quiet. Like
All
you're
right,
like,
hold on. Hello. Is
that's
that better?
That's better.
Okay. My darn headset is not working today.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
No worries. I have a stock number if that helps you.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second and let me put you in the system here.
Sure.
And your telephone number is 9.
That's it.
Michael Stab.
No. But I just got this number recently. I'm not Michael though. I'm Tommy.
Oh, okay. Hi, Tommy. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. All right. And have you ever purchased a vehicle here before or
I have
inquired?
not.
Okay. Let me add you in real quick.
Yeah. Add me in.
What was your last name, Tommy?
Mick. M-I-C-K.
Perfect. And the best email address for you.
Oh, I prefer not to use email. It's all spam.
Okay, you got it. No worries. Okay. And go ahead with the stock number.
Stock number is X's and X-ray 001717.
Okay, can you repeat that one more time for me, please?
Yeah, it's X's and X-ray 001717.
Perfect. Okay, you're looking for the Type R?
That is, yes.
Perfect. Okay, so this is actually, we will not get a Type R until mid-July.
Oh, that's fine. I'm patient.
Perfect.
Oh, I saw pictures of it though, so I thought it was real. So you're saying this one isn't real?
Yeah, no, it's definitely real. We just don't have it in-house yet.
Oh, so the pictures
But it
are
will
just not
be
real
here.
ones? Like they're just like AI or something. I don't know. They look real. Or maybe it was
Oh,
AIs.
you know what? That might have been the previous one we had, because that is our dealership.
Yeah.
Those are real.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so it's not AI. It's not that artificial intelligence. It's not
No,
that
it was
ChatGPT.
like, no. Let me double check.
Yeah, because if this is ChatGPT, this does better than I do. It can't even put
No,
my eyes right.
no, this is, no, it's definitely not ChatGPT. But I can definitely get, let me find out if we know what color is coming in for
Oh,
that
I mean, this
Type
one
R.
says Sonic Gray.
Is
You're
it
saying the stock number is different?
correct?
Oh, okay.
So we
it's
don't
just a
have this
random one.
particular one, but I do know we have one coming in July.
Okay, got it. This one's not real, but another one is coming, but we'll figure out the color.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Does color matter to you?
Yeah, I'd like a Sonic Gray.
The Sonic Gray? Okay. Perfect. Give me one moment. I'm going to ask my manager, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Do you have a job? No, I'm an owner. Israel, this is why we love car salesmen, right? Paying $1,000 just for them to get the online price. Hello?
Hello? Hey. Tommy, can you hear me?
I'm here. I'm here. Are you here?
Perfect. Yes. Okay, so that Type R will be Sonic Gray.
Oh,
coming
perfect.
in.
What are the chances?
I know.
Awesome. So can I get like
So,
I'm going to
yeah.
put a deposit on it. Can I get the pricing of the car?
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I literally just transferred back here from service. I've been in service for the past 3 years. So let me get back with my manager. How about this? Let me get all the information for you and I'll call you back if that works for you.
Sure, that'd be great.
Perfect. So let me get a little bit more information. As far as the deposit, how much were you planning on putting down?
For a deposit? I mean, what's your deposit policy? Like $500 for a deposit normally, but don't advertise
I
the
honestly,
dealership,
since
Israel.
I
You can't
just
hate
came
on
to
me
sales,
and then try
I'm
to advertise the
100%
sale.
not sure yet, but I will find this out.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, so I will give you a call back, okay?
Sounds great.
Thanks, Tommy. Bye.
Bye. I mean, you're not really sharing the love, though, Israel. If you don't understand why consumers would hire me to buy a car, it means you haven't watched a live for more than 5 seconds, but also means you're probably part of the problem. Did you just say I'm drunk? I'm tuning in. He said he's drunk. Now he said trunk, but I just don't. What would the other word be? I am trunk. I'm lunk. I'm bunk. I'm dunk. Pretty sure that means I'm drunk. You have your dealership represented. You're going out in public with your uniform on, making a fool of yourself. People wonder why they hire me. Yep, it's just to hire me to deal with the internet price, not to deal with stunk. Lunk. Brunk. That's it, guys. Hey, guys. My name's Tommy. I negotiate car deals for me. I'm not going to advertise this as a money-saving service. Hire me so you don't have to talk to somebody who's stunk. Lunk. Bunk. Brunk. Bunk. Bring the phone call. Hello?
Hey, Tommy, it's Sarah over at Honda.
Oh, you're back.
Yes. So my manager needs a few more details before we can make the proposal, and I did find out that the deposit will be $1,000.
Okay, 1,000. Okay.
And then what is your street address?
Oh, I can give you my zip code. It's 34953.
What was that again?
34953.
Perfect. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So you should be getting the information shortly, okay?
Okay, sounds good. So, like a text?
Should. Didn't want to give us his email. Oh, yeah. I'm going to send you an opt-in
Okay.
for the text messages, and he'll send it to you via text. So if you can just reply yes, please.
Yeah. Tommy, yes. YES, yes. Okay, I texted in.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thanks so much.
Okay, and I'm just gonna get a text eventually with some numbers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess I'll call back if it makes sense.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Now remember, just to make sure I'm on the same page with dealership logic, invoice to MSRP is the markup for a car to exist, and that's how the money, because profit is not a dirty word. But then you pay a $1,298 doc fee, not to do anything other than because the dealership exists and everybody charges it anyway. And then for you to electronically file the car, the documentation, you pay a $598 fee. But to use that system, it's a $189 PTA fee. And then you pay a $500 license fee and a $250 transfer fee that are both on there. But obviously, they only charge one. It's not or on there, but it just says either or. And then you pay a $1,901 markup because the car is rare, even though you call every dealer and everybody has one. And then you pay $1,995 accessories for some paint protection, an app that you get for free with Honda anyway. And what else? Oh, a welcome kit, which is good to keep your car clean because it's welcoming. Hey, don't spam a dealership name, please. But don't worry, guys. You guys are all crazy to hire somebody like me. Why would you guys hire somebody like me? Does that not all make sense to you? Guys, dude, as Chevy Dude does, as he says, stop being lazy and do some research. How would you not know the documentation fee is for the dealership to exist? The electronic fee is for the electronic titling of the car, and the PTA is so the electronic titling fee can work. And obviously, the $500 and $250 fee is just going to be an either or, even though they both get added to the price. How would you not know? Just do a little research. Come on, just do a little research. Throw some little mental mechanics at them, like just stutter a few times. That really gets them going. And you can buy a car in 30 minutes. 30 minutes or your money back. That's what I hear, right? I can walk into any dealership and buy a car in 30 minutes is what I heard. Buying a car is easy. Buying a car is easy, guys. Honestly, I feel bad, right? I feel bad that people, as dealerships keep telling me, customers should be ashamed of themselves for not doing all this research. That's an excuse to just be lazy. People nowadays love to be spoon-fed. That's how car salesmen think. They can't even describe what the doc fee is for, but yet you're lazy because you didn't do your research. Yeah, that one makes sense. And people wonder why nobody wants to talk to car dealerships. Oh my gosh, guys. I just got this pop-up that's so exciting. Guys, I just clicked on this dealership website. I am so excited. Sign up now to receive a $2,000 bonus cash. Big 5, big ways to save. Click here for disclosures. I got another one. Okay, I don't know if I get to stack these. Click here for disclosures. Actually, I keep getting the bonus voucher. Okay. Bonus voucher disclaimer. I got it. Offer valid only for purchase or lease of a new Honda in stock. The $2,000 bonus cash certificate will be applied to your cap, cost reduction, or down payment. Cannot be combined with any other offers, discounts, or incentives. We're going to keep that one in our back pocket. We're not going to let them know we have that. Make a phone call. I'm sorry, I have to go back. Oh, now they don't have the price on the website, so that's interesting. There's pictures on the website, and it says, get our best price, please call. Whoops, I called the wrong number. I called the service. Whoops, 1 second. Okay, we're gonna do it. Make sure you guys follow if you haven't yet.
To provide the very best service, this call may be recorded.
It's an amazing day here at Brandon Honda Home and Lifetime Warranty. This is Luna speaking. How may I direct your call?
Hi, Luna. Can I speak to new car sales?
Yes, I'm in new car sales. Do you have a stock number for the particular vehicle that you're calling in regards to?
I do see a stock number. It's X as in xylophone 001770.
Okay. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name's Tom.
Nice to meet you, Tom. Pulling up a 2026 Type R.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In the Sonic Gray Pearl. What questions can I answer for you?
Yeah, it just says for the price, it says there's 3 left at this price, and it says to contact. So I'm contacting for the price.
Yeah, give me one moment. Let me get the MSRP for the vehicle. Let me just find my sheet. Just bear with me. And do you have a Honda now that you're considering to upgrade, or are you just adding a vehicle to the garage?
Just adding, just enjoying a Type R,
Yeah, no. Okay, I appreciate you holding. Sorry, I'm just having some trouble finding it on my end. But MSRP on them should be like 46,395. That's with premium color, and then plus your taxes and fees.
Okay. So do you have like a breakdown of this one? I'd like to put a deposit on it if it's available.
Yeah, so that's not really how it works for the Type R, being that they're a specialty vehicle. It's something that you have to work upon here in store, come to an agreement upon numbers. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Port Lucie.
Port Lucie, okay. And you call in this area because of inventory, because of price, or?
Oh, I just heard you guys were like easy to work with and good, so I was just calling. Should I not call? Should I call my local instead?
No, no. I ask everyone. I always want to know how you heard about us, so definitely
Oh.
appreciate you reaching out. We get clients from that area. That's just the reason I was asking. Sometimes
Oh.
it's because of inventory. Maybe they don't have the vehicle, the exact one that you're looking for. But again, it's just going to be standard price MSRP plus the market adjustment of $10,000 and then your taxes and fees.
I'm sorry. Well, okay, I'm sorry. You had me at the one part, and then you got me lost. With the 10, what?
That's where they start at. Obviously they'll always make a deal that's within reason. And then the zip code of where you're registering the vehicle to.
Wait, what, so they'll make a deal? Like they start there, and I've got to work my way down?
Yes, sir. These are Honda's specialty vehicle. Again, it's something that has to be presented to everyone that we speak with over the phone, anyone that walks in.
Does Honda require that? They require the $10,000 of markup?
Again, let me make this easy for you. You're calling us from 2 hours away. What is it that you're looking to accomplish price-wise?
Well, I was even just trying to figure out what the price was, but I wasn't trying to pay 10 grand above MSRP. Like MSRP is a good start.
What's the zip code you're registering the vehicle to?
Yeah, 34953.
And what's your last name?
Mick, M-I-C-K.
And bear with me. I don't have the ability of getting you those figures. I'll have to get with my sales manager, have him build it up on the proposal, and I can call you back and go over it. What's your email address?
Oh, I don't use email. You can text me, though.
Okay. 980 44. It's our Premium Protect Plus. It's something that we have to go over as well. It's intangible and tangible items. It helps protect the vehicle throughout the ownership that you're going to have it for. That's at a cost of $1,995. So just wanted to let you know about that.
Oh wait, so is that on top of the 10 grand of added markup?
Well, again, I said that's where it's going to start at. Again, as long as we can make a deal that's within reason, the market adjustment is something that we can work within. Again, it has to be an offer that's fair and reasonable for both sides, right? You as a consumer trying to getting the best deal, and then us as a business standpoint. Again, it's a Honda specialty vehicle, so
Oh.
it's got to start somewhere. But just give me a few, and I'll send that over to you.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay,
And then just to
sounds
make sure I'm on the
great.
same page, there's no way that I can just like buy this from Honda, right? I can't just like call Honda corporate and say I want to buy the car and have them ship it and skip the whole dealership thing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, they don't do that.
Oh, okay. So I gotta go through you guys to make this happen. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess we start 10 grand, 12 grand above MSRP and start working our way down.
I mean, again, if you tell me what you're looking to accomplish, or are you just looking for a deal that's MSRP?
No, I told you MSRP. That's what I told you that I was wanting to pay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I told you
I
that,
mean,
and then
it's
you
tough.
told me about the 1999 and add-ons after I said MSRP, and that's where we're at. And then you said you'll let me know, and but I think that's reasonable
again,
MSRP on the car. I mean, that's the manufacturer suggested retail price. I think that's not a. I mean, if Honda thought it was worth more, they'd probably charge more, right?
Yeah, there's just not a ton of them out there. That's the thing. What about a pre-owned one?
No, I want the one I called about, the one that is here. I mean, I appreciate you saying there's not a ton of them, but I mean, there's like, I'm looking on my like little tracker here, and there's 84 of the ones I want nationwide, and I've called. You know, I'm looking at there's like 12 in a 2-hour radius. So like, I don't know how rare this is. I appreciate you saying it's rare, but I see 12 of them available.
No, I didn't say it's rare. It's just Honda's specialty vehicle.
Oh.
That's why it's hard for them to sell at MSRP.
But like, if
so
it's specialty from Honda and it's not rare, why isn't Honda charging more for the car itself already? Like, why? Like the Civic Si is cheaper than this car. They added a premium for it. Like that's because of specialty. So like, why is the dealership adding more on top of that?
You said that you already had I'm assuming you've been shopping around. Have you gotten prices from anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I've called around just to see if cars are available, and I haven't found anybody that says, "Oh, that's sold. Sorry. Have a nice day." Everybody's telling me they're available.
Gotcha. No, yeah, ours is available, but they haven't gave you any idea of price.
Yeah, I mean, but nobody's at 10 grand above MSRP. Even the first dealerships I called were, 4 or 5 grand above MSRP. And then I just did some research. I heard you guys were the #1 dealership in the state, so I figured this is going to be easy. And then you guys are maybe a #1 dealership because you guys make the most money. I don't know.
No, I got you. I'm sorry if you feel that I'm not trying to make this easy for you. I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row. So when I bring this directly to my general sales manager, right? I know where I'm at in this, and he's gonna ask me what you're looking to accomplish, and if you're telling me you've been getting 4 to 5 grand as a market adjustment answer anywhere else, plus all your taxes and fees, then I'll tell him that, and if there's anything that we can do that would be better too.
Yeah. I mean, okay, just to make sure I'm on the same page, make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. There, you're saying like, if I didn't ask these questions and I was just like, I'll pay it, I'd pay 10 grand above. But because I'm asking these questions and shopping, like I might save 10 grand potentially on the car. There are people that pay 12 grand above MSRP for them.
It's not for me to disclose what other people buy the car for. But give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get with my general sales manager, and I can call you back. Okay?
Sure, that sounds great.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Goodbye. Remember, guys, people are willing to pay for the experience. That experience right there is what people are willing to pay for. But remember, guys, the $1,000 I charge. What are we saying? I have no idea what they're saying. Okay. Okay, guys. So, is buying a car easy? I wouldn't say it's easy, but I would say the process is simple. Competition drives the price down. Calling multiple different dealerships and doing it at home is something that anybody can do if they're willing to put the time, energy, and anxiety in. A lot of people say I cherry pick calls. I called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dealers. You can be the judge. You will see every phone call I made. Most consumers are not calling any more than 5 dealers. That was the experience I had. Now, there's going to be people that are in the comments saying, Tommy, it's a Type R. If you called any other car, it'd be easy. What we call moving the goalpost. If I then called on a RAV4, they would be, well, you're calling on a RAV4. Everybody wants a RAV4. And then if I'd call in a Ram and dealerships are doing, well, you're calling in a bad area. You've got to call my dealership. I don't do that. The goalpost keeps getting moved. Why can't we just have a standardized price? Everybody pays at the market price that's fair. Why should I have it behind cloak and mirrors on what other people pay for a car? Why should I have to ask my friend's neighbor, brother-in-law to figure this out? Why isn't it just public data to know what everybody's paying for a car? You don't want to deal with it, hire me. What I'm here for. But guys, 3 hours in. I got stuff to do today. I'm sorry. I streamed earlier so I could make sure I did this. Made sure I made some phone calls. You guys want to learn more? I will be live tomorrow. We are negotiating, and by negotiating, we are debating tomorrow. We are debating, maybe making some phone calls. That's what we're here for. We're debating tomorrow. I think we're going 2 p.m. Eastern is where we're at. Dude, buying a car is easy, right? Anybody can do it. Bada boom, bada bing. Peace out. Like, follow,